The fools of today know nothing of the mysteries of the past. They walk down streets built upon the bones of fallen empires that gave them their technology, their magic, the very blood that courses through their veins. Great empires once ruled all around. The first occurred when man was just a scavenger. They were the Salas, snake men as the ignorant call them today. Their magic was strong but dark and connected to the foul outer gods. This connection would be their downfall as the outer gods charge a steep price for their knowledge. In the end, their dealings brought a cataclysm down upon Ura that nearly destroyed all life. What remained clawed slowly out of the devastation and began to rebuild. As they did, they found the remnants of the Salas. They discovered their cities, science and magic, even some of their experiments. They took the magic as their own, swearing not to abuse it as the reptilians had, as if they could resist the allure of its power. They might have sworn off worship to the outer gods, but they were playing with the same fire. They called this the Age of Wonder, and the imbeciles still look back upon it with their stories of fables and romance. True, there was more magic, science, and prosperity then, probably more than at any other time before or since. They were as ignorant as the fools today. Their meddling led to the weakening of the weave between the worlds, and through this weakened weave, the Celestians were able to emerge. The Gilded Ones, with their beauty and perfection, soon took control of everything, and then began fighting amongst themselves and using man as their pawns. Eventually, those who fought against them closed the hole between the worlds, cutting them off from the power that made them godlike. Overnight, they went from being gods to merely powerful mortals. Mortals that could be killed. The last of the most recent follies from man was the unenlightened glory of Rozar. The greatest of man's empires, it stretched farther and more significant than any man's nations throughout history. The fools of Rozar believed themselves superior to all, and they pushed against all other races. They thought if they could force them into the worst corners of the world, or even exterminate them, they would have harmony and a perfect world. Little did the Knowledge realize that man is his own worst enemy, and the empire crumbled before even 1,000 years had passed. Now Ura is a fractured land divided up between rival nations, dark magic, and the worshipping of foul gods is once more on the rise as the lessons of the past have all been forgotten. Now these fools will bring down the same calamities as their ancestors. And my fellows and I will watch and laugh. Oh, how we'll laugh.
You totally said cuz. You're like, what cuz? And guess what we're going over? We're going over voice acting, everyone. Hello! How you doing? We're talking stuff.
Welcome to the show.
We're welcome to the show.
Look
at you, hurry up.
I'm still watching the commercial.
You're watching the commercial. Well, we're live now. You're living in the past, baby. You got to get into the present.
Okay, there it goes. It just popped up. There it is.
Hi, everyone. How you doing, guys? Thank you for holding out with us as we had a little bit of some technical difficulties with getting everybody's images together, but it's now done. And no, that is not a real person down there for Brian. That is a drawn image of Brian. So as you notice, Brian's parents kind of like just bumped into his house. And far be it for me to tell him to kick his parents out and get the role playing. So he will not be on this evening. So yeah.
Leonard did tell me once how much they don't like that.
Don't like what? Getting
in on him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he hates it.
He hates it.
He absolutely
he
hates
doesn't
it.
like it either, but yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And she absolutely, oh yeah, definitely. Because they tease each other back and forth. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to be there. I'm going out of town. First thing out of their mouth is, where are you going?
Yeah, you're
You
not
know,
coming
they,
here.
Yeah, they want to know where he's going. Not here? Okay, cool. You better not be fucking coming here. That's true sibling love. That's what that is. Well, you're the same way with your siblings, ain't you, Tony?
You know what? No, I'm that way with my parents.
Ah, yes.
I don't want to have anything to do with my parents, but my sisters and I, we're hoping to get together and go to Disneyland in a couple of
Oh,
months.
that's right. That's what I remember you talking about that. I remember talking.
So
Have you guys
what?
been watching that new Imagineering show on the Disney Plus?
No, I'm not.
What is that? Is that only Canadians like Disney? Is this? What,
No,
am I
there's
missing something?
plenty of Disneyites down here in the States too. That's fine.
Hey, fascism is coming back, so you know.
What do you mean
should do
coming
well.
back?
It's
here.
It's a fantastic show if you ignore the parts where they self-aggrandize, which is obvious. If
Oh,
you make a
God.
documentary about your own, theme
That's
parks.
everything. That's everything Disney. You know what? I was completely impartial to Disney until they bought Marvel. And after they bought Marvel, I started paying attention to it. And I predicted everything. I used to write a blog. You can go find my old blogs on Black Ship Books. I had a blog for a number of years on there. And there's several rants that I had about why it was a bad thing that Marvel got bought by Disney. And everything I predicted came true. Everything. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you. Wow.
Yeah, but the
I
superhero
sound
movies are better
bitter
than
as fuck.
You predicted.
who was the guy who wrote A Boy and His Dog, the sci-fi writer?
I
Was it
don't
Harlan
remember. It could be Harlan Ellis. I know it's you know what
I don't
think
want to
it
get
is?
the name. I don't want to get the name wrong, but in this anecdote, the guy who wrote that movie got invited to join Disney, and they gave him an office and everything. They were going to put him on staff as a staff writer.
Mhm.
And day one, he goes to his office. He's got his name on the door.
Right.
He's like, it's a dream come true. He goes to the commissary where he could see everybody, and he meets up with a bunch of the artists and the illustrators.
Right.
And he's like, you guys draw Mickey? You guys draw Goofy? And they're like, yeah. He's like, I do a pretty good Mickey Mouse. I do a pretty good Goofy. You guys ever draw stuff like this? And he starts going into Mickey and Goofy having sex.
Right.
Oh my.
It's in the commissary. It's okay.
Exactly. He's getting down and dirty with it. He's thinking he's hilarious. Nobody's laughing. And he doesn't know why.
Because the cameras are in the ceiling watching his ass.
Goes back to his office after lunch. His name is removed from the door.
Really?
Gone in a half a day because they don't tolerate that shit at Disney.
Wow.
Jesus.
Mickey Mouse don't fuck nothing.
Now I've got something for you, and trust me, people, we will get to a game tonight. But I know we started up late, and first of all, I want to say I love all of you guys that show up and watch the show because you guys are awesome. Yeah, well, there's 11. There's okay, so everybody knows the Never-Ending Story, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a book. Okay,
Yeah.
and it's from a German author. Right, he wrote. That's the original. Is from a German author.
Now you're too far for me. I don't.
But that really doesn't make much of a difference. But it's a hugely popular book, even the American translation of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so what they did is he got together with Disney to get the movie produced. Right. Well, unbeknownst to him, he was not really like so many creators that are out there. And trust me, if you're ever getting into anything serious, always take your shit to a lawyer before you sign a contract. But anyway, personal experience. But so he basically he signs the paperwork and stuff, and then of course he's thinking they're gonna like produce his book, truthfully. No, they produced a Disney version of it, which I think is a hell of a great movie. I don't know anybody who doesn't like the Never-Ending Story. And Grace probably hasn't seen it. But, see, there you go. I figured as much. But he was so adamant. And because, okay, so what was it like back when I was doing comics? Okay, so you're talking like, I don't know, what, 5-6 years ago. And I was looking for different types of material that we could do the comic book version of other IP, something to get, something established, maybe make a name sort of thing. So I contacted his people, because he was dead, but I contacted his,
Because of the movie?
I contacted his people and I'm like, hey, you guys ever think about doing a comic book version of the Never Ending Story? And he goes, hell no, we'll never do business with Americans ever again. I mean, like, there was this rant that I got back, and it's basically, fuck Disney, fuck Disney, fuck Disney. I was like, whoa. And this isn't even the author. This is like his kids that I was talking to. I'm like, okay, so.
Jeez Louise.
Well, that last season of Stranger Things, they busted into the song.
Yeah,
Busted into the Never-Ending
Did
Story.
you know too? And this is we'll see just how Canadian Dylan is.
Uh-oh.
Did you know that there was a Never Ending Story TV show in Canada?
Really?
I didn't.
How about that?
Oh shit.
Yes. I
was too busy watching Mr. Dress Up at the time.
I
All
might
my Canadians out there.
I might still own it. Well, you're talking. I think it was released. It was either released in the late '80s and maybe early '90s is when it came out, and it was only for a season. So, but anyway,
Got replaced by Degrassi.
of course, Degrassi's everything out there, right?
Everything.
It's good stuff from what I hear. Was it who's at Jay and Silent Bob?
Well, I blame
Oh,
I blame the
Kevin
Canadian
Smith.
for Drake.
Yeah, Kevin Smith is a huge Degrassi fan. Huge.
yeah.
Well, that's where Drake came from.
Yeah, he played a kid in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
Did he really?
Never watched that show, but friends of mine were production design on that show. And if you worked on production design in Toronto, you worked on that. My roommate worked on that show. All the time.
Was he as much of a jagoff then as he is now? I mean,
Actually, he used to come to the bar in Oakville across from where I went to school. He'd bring like all the Degrassi kids, and it's like a shitty bar. It's not a nice bar.
Right.
They must have gone there during production or something. Anyways, they would come there and party, and apparently they were complete assholes.
yes. Fame will change you, people. All right. Hey, speaking of, let's get to this here game that'll never make anybody famous. So, first things first, let's go ahead and introduce this spectacular cast that we have here present today. Grace, why don't you go ahead? You seem busy doing something.
My name's Grace. I
Look
play
at
Ari.
the camera,
Well,
Grace. The camera.
Oh, the camera?
No, just.
Sorry.
Are you doing your nails? You're doing your nails, aren't you?
No,
Okay.
I'm putting cuticle oil on.
Oh, well, that's different. That's allowable.
That's the same thing.
I'm Grace. I play Ari. Well, I suppose she doesn't remember that, but yeah, we'll see what happens tonight.
Okay, so Grace is done. You can go back to your cuticles. All right,
I'm done.
Dylan. Oh, all right. Dylan.
Oh, me?
Yeah, it's your turn, man.
Hey guys, Dylan. I play Phoenix, and I just looked it up, and I have watched this Never Ending Story cartoon.
It's not a
it's-
cartoon, it's live action.
Oh well, there is a cartoon as well.
Yes,
and
there
I
is a
have seen
cartoon
that.
as well, but look up the live
Oh my
action
god,
TV
are
show.
you serious?
Yeah, you're going to have to dig.
Well, the cartoon is made by Nelvana, which is a Canadian company.
Right.
So that's why I was
Obviously,
like, oh,
he
that
felt
makes sense.
comfortable dealing with Canadians and not Americans. Go figure.
I wonder why.
Right? Speaking of Americans, people don't like to trust. Uncle Tony.
I'm moving to Canada.
Yeah, well, you got extra room, don't you, Dylan?
Yeah, this giant apartment that you're looking at half of right now.
Excellent. Cool. We won't take up much space, Tony. and I.
Seems like there's plenty of room, man.
Yeah. We'll sleep together in the same bed for warmth. We hear it gets cold up there.
I'm Uncle Tony, and I'm playing Joplin Mischief Mayfair.
Mhm.
And I forgot where we were because I didn't get a chance to listen to the last episode. And they go by so quick, and I'm in
They
the
do.
middle of 6 other stories. And
Speaking of, I guess I should say what episode this is. This is episode 33.
are you sure we haven't lost count?
Nope.
I mean,
I've had to go back and recount to make sure because I fucked it up once. And then I started the numbering all out of order. And I was like, oh, that's not right. So, but anyway. Okay, so, well, guess what? I'm going to do a recap. So there you go.
Okay, good. That's,
All right, yeah.
that's what I was.
Okay, so our intrepid heroes made it down the Mapur River.
You're
in-
already screwing it up.
What are you talking about?
Heroes.
There's some heroes there.
One,
Okay.
maybe, or two.
Hold
I
on. This
suppose.
is okay. Fair enough. You're right. When you're right, you're right. Our intrepid.
I'm always right.
Oh God. I
One of
think
those nights,
I can mute her still, right? It's like our intrepid adventurers. Okay, there we go. That's very true. Because Ari and Joplin are definitely not heroes.
Joplin could be. He just doesn't have any reason to be.
Yeah, it's definitely not as fun. So they made it down the Mapur River, made it down to Fort Gurum. You guys made it down there with the help of the Oshira spirit of the Mapura River. She also gave you guys a horn and said, "Hey, look," because she wanted to know if all this Celestine stuff was real, if this was really going down. And you guys are like, "Yep," and she's like, "All right, well, if it's real, Sura, who is the Oshira of the Southern Sea, now Oshira it's definitely a tiered type of thing, right? There's some Oshira who are really super powerful, and then there's other Oshira, well, we won't drop any names, Joplin, that are not. But she gave you a conch shell that you could blow, make a sacrifice, and Sura, the Oshira spirit goddess of the Southern Sea, would help you get to Karat Ur. Now, you guys had bumbled around in Fort Gurum for a little while, really didn't do anything, just kind of shopping. That's basically it. You guys really didn't do anything else while you were in there.
Well, that and kill a rapist.
Yes, a rapist.
I had
was
to
it.
activate our thing, so we
You
can
did. You went out and you were able to find somebody that you deemed sufficient, okay to kill, so you could harvest their soul for later use in summoning winged horses, because that all balances out in the scales of life there.
Yeah.
So, but then you guys went down, and you went down to where the Mapura River meets the Great Southern Ocean. You blew the conch, and it summoned a huge fucking fish. And this fish beached itself on the shore, opened its mouth, and Grace said it perfectly. You all became Jonah. And wasn't a whale, it was a big fish. You got in this fish, and it took you on a journey which took you almost a day, and deposited you out on the mysterious isle of Karat Ur. Now, when you guys got out on Karat Ur, this mist-shrouded land of mystery, the first thing that you encountered was some big-ass, blue-skinned, dazed out of his gourd giant that came walking out of the forest, walked right past you guys like you weren't even there, and walked out into the ocean and just submerged himself. Then you're like, okay. You went in a little bit further onto the island, and then as you went further into the island, you noticed that there was a raised platform walkway that then went into a bunch of fields that were fallow, not being cultivated, and they were chock full of these there was lotus flowers. Now, Ari, being
That's right.
ever so cautious, says, "I'm going to summon my invisible servant.
No.
My invisible servant's going to go over and is going to pluck one of these flowers for me." And I asked, "So how close are you going to be to your invisible servant when this happens?" And she was right next to it. She just didn't want to touch the flower, which didn't save her from the explosion of pollen that came out of the lotus, enveloped her, and she lost all of her memory. So she doesn't know who she is, she doesn't know where she's at, and she doesn't know her magic. She doesn't know anything. And that's where we left off, right after that. We did make a roll to see if you were completely freaked out to the point that you were going to attempt to kill somebody.
Right.
Which you're not.
Right.
You are freaked out, of course, by what's going on, but you're not freaked out to the point where it's definitely a violence thing that's going to happen. So With
Do
that
we
having
know
been said,
what's happened to her? Have we noticed?
no, you know, well, you noticed the fact that the
big poof of pollen.
yes, you noticed that, but you didn't notice anything else. And I think this is the. Let me see which music it was. Hold on, I'm going to start up some music here.
Well, this is a wonderful opportunity.
Uh-oh.
I mean, we could reprogram Ari.
Yes, you could. Yeah, this is what I had. Here it is. This is the music. Oh yes, very good, very good. I enjoy it. Here, let's turn that up a tad. Is that too loud? Is that too loud? Is it? Should I turn it down a little bit? I'll turn it down to 10.
Good thinking music.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
There it is. There it is. Okay, so that's what we're picking up. We've got Ari without a memory. You guys are there. And action. So, what does Ari do? Or the performer formerly known as?
Ari. So I guess she probably would kind of just step back and kind of try to surround or gauge her surroundings, see what's going on. I think I was in front of everyone, so I'd probably have to make a 180-degree turn before.
Yes, you'd have to turn around to face them, because right now all you guys are seeing is her back, this big poof of pollen that falls over her. And remember, I said there's a constant wind that's blowing on this island. It's not really violent, but it's enough that it blew, because it blows that mist around. That mist is constantly churning on the island, and that wind blew the pollen, fortunately, away from everybody else. It didn't come towards you guys. It just hit her and then traveled over and off.
Yeah. So I guess, I turn around and kind of give them a very puzzled look. What is this place?
Well, you watch out for the pollen. I think you just made a big mess.
Would I have even remembered the pollen? I
No.
suppose.
It's almost as if, I guess probably the best way to describe it is that your character just woke up.
Right.
You woke up like you were in a deep sleep, and you know that kind of fog you have if you were sleeping too hard, and
Yeah.
it takes you a second to get orientated. It's
Yeah.
like that, but there's nothing going on in there to orientate.
Yeah. If you'd said that to me, I said, "Who are you?"
And you guys could probably see. It would be obvious. Have you ever been talking to somebody and you ask them a question? It's like, well, Bob, right? And then they get that look on their face like, I got no fucking clue who the hell Bob is. You know what I mean? That's the look that's on Ari's face currently.
Am I? I'm not looking like Conan right now or anything, right? No, it's just me.
No, you look like you.
Okay, Ari, it's me. It's Joplin.
Who's Ari?
We have problems.
We have problems.
You're not joking, are you, Ari? Do you remember me, Brian? I'm so glad that Brian's not here, because if anybody could let me rephrase that. I hate it when he's not here, if any of the cast isn't here. But of all the people, I think I do all the characters, I do the best Brian.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There you go. Yeah, I do a good Phoenix too.
I don't know who you are. What's going on here?
All right, no, just slow down. You just picked a flower and there was a big poof of pollen, and I think it may have done something to your noggin. So
we're all gods and we're on an island. We came here in a big fish.
That's not going to help.
But
Does that help?
it's the truth, though. Maybe she needs to hear the truth to get her memories back.
Brian, I think you need to maybe just because he was standing next to her, right? I believe when we came up here.
He basically is the closest one to her, but he's still a good 5 paces away from her.
I think maybe just stay back for now,
Well,
Brian,
no,
just
why
until we know.
But
Maybe
why?
he could do that glowy hand thing and maybe heal whatever just happened.
Yes, maybe I can.
Yeah, sure. I still think that getting close to her is not the best idea right now. What if whatever did that is floating around?
I think we should stay away from the flowers.
Definitely.
And at that, I'd probably step away from the flowers.
Oh
Okay.
yes, step away from the because
Now that one flower is just floating there. In floating in midair. Now, Ari didn't tell you guys what she was doing. She didn't give you like a detailed explanation. She just walked up there, and then the next thing you know, you see this flower start to shake on the vine, and then pulled up and start to come up into the air, and then that's when the pollen was released. She didn't tell you that, hey, I'm gonna summon this servant. You can't see him. She didn't say any of that stuff.
Why would I?
Exactly. Why would you? Because this puts us in the delicious situation that we are right now, with a floating flower that made somebody forget everything.
Well, obviously the flowers are magical.
Well, they're lotus flowers. You guys know that lotus flowers have great potency to them. They're magical flowers. They're known to exist, okay? But seeing them like on the continent in different places is extremely rare. But you can find them, and you know that if you get them, you can make real potent types of drugs out of them that have different effects.
Oh. Hey, Joplin, you might want to save some of those flowers. No?
We don't know. No. Look what just happened.
I just know you got that pipe with you.
I know, but what, are you gonna smoke our memories away?
thought that's what the whole point was.
All right, I need to rephrase that comment somehow.
We'll work on that later. Brian,
Ari,
do you want to?
is this? Do you feel like anything's coming back to you? Do you feel like it's because if it's just a temporary thing, we'll just keep pushing on. We'll fill you in as we go.
Yeah, she doesn't like glowy hands. You don't like glowy hands.
I do not like glowy hands, but I don't know that. I was,
know that.
Now you've got your hood up, Elvis.
no, I don't.
Well,
Well, if you have it down, you're Elvis.
Then yeah, I would.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
And it's daytime, isn't it? It's daytime.
It
as
is
well.
daytime, yes, because
Yeah,
you guys.
the sun's
Yeah, because the trip over took almost 24 hours, so it's another one of those situations where you left. The time that you left is pretty much the same time you arrived, just a day later. And when you guys left, it was early afternoon, like maybe 10, 11 a.m. when you left Fort Gorham. So.
I don't think I'm remembering anything. Nothing has jogged my memory yet.
Do you want to try and maybe cast a spell or something?
Cast a spell?
That's probably news to her. You might want to.
All right. So that's not going to bring it back. Do you have anything on you, personal, a diary, something you could refer to?
I'll dig through my pockets, but I don't find anything. Do I even have? I mean, I've got that necklace, but that's like it that I've got on me.
Does that remind you of anything?
What's the necklace that you have on you?
That pyrite necklace.
The gold nugget.
Yeah.
That everybody got.
I'm still wearing mine.
Are you gonna?
We're all wearing
Yeah,
ours.
you're all wearing.
Yeah.
Are you gonna pick it up? Because remember,
Yeah.
you were still wearing it, but you always made sure that it wasn't touching your skin because it was uncomfortable.
Right.
So,
Which I think it would be in my pocket. I don't think I would be wearing it because
Okay.
it made me uncomfortable. So if I dug through my pocket, I'd feel it. I'd find it.
Oh, I'll
Okay.
show you mine. See, we're married.
so what happens? So what happens is they ask you, "Do you have anything on you?" And you're like, "I don't know. Do I?" Because you got no clue. You start
Right.
digging through your pockets and you pull out this necklace with that pyrite ingot on it, and it's.
I said it was gold.
I said it looked like fool's gold, which the technical term for that, sir, is pyrite. And
I'm a pirate.
arr! I got me some pyrite. It's part of my booty.
We're mining all the jokes out of this one.
So, so
The
you've got
puns are taking Jonathan's place this week.
Yes. So you've got the hey Jay, what's happening, man? You've got this necklace in your hand, and it kind of hurts to hold on to it. Give me a spirit roll.
Okay. Apparently, I've forgotten what dice my spirit is.
Look,
I got 5. I got 5.
Some memories start to come back. One is that you feel for some reason that you need this necklace. That's because like you got it in your hand after you dug it out of your pocket, right? You're like, and your first instinct was to chuck it. But
Right.
then you like stopped yourself like, no, I need this for some reason. I can sort of remember that now. And then you like put the necklace back in your pocket so you're not holding on to it, feeling like having that ache that it gives you.
Right.
And then you like look back up and you look at your fellow adventurers and you get the same feeling. I need these people for some reason.
Well,
And
that's
then
a familiar feeling, needing.
Yeah, needing. And then you're like, I need to be here for some reason.
Yeah.
And so you're starting to get like sort of an idea back. It's like right on the tip of your tongue. It's like when you hear a song and you know the artist's name, but you just for some reason can't think of it, but it's like right there.
Yeah.
And that's where the rest of your memories are at right now. So I'm going to say basically that they've come back enough that you can act off of instinct, even
Okay.
though you don't have like the sharp enough understanding of
Right.
specifically what's going on. Okay.
Whatever we're doing, I don't think we should just stand here and discuss it. If the flowers make you lose your memory, all it's going to take is a good stiff breeze and we'll all be strangers. So should
That's a good point.
keep
Yeah.
moving or go back to the beach?
Now, where you're at now, you came in off the beach, you came through a little bit of wilderness, a slight bit of forest, and then when you left out of this forest, all stretching out in front of you was all this farrowed farmland. And remember, I said it looks like rice fields with those raised up like dams that have this wooden walkway built into them. Okay? And it goes on for quite some time. So you could go back to the beach, but you could go forward too. The flowers are down in the water, down in where growing at a lower level. They're a good 3 feet beneath you guys if you're up on this elevated platform. But Tony does bring up a good point. Does the wind blow the pollen off of these things?
And we don't want to be exposed in the middle of nowhere. So forward or back.
Do you
Either
guys
is an excellent choice.
so this wasn't the only way on this island? There was another one. We could find another path easy.
Well,
Easy
Probably-
might not be the word.
yeah.
And
We
these
can at least go back to where we began and get out of this, just
right.
Yeah.
The lotus fields stretch out pretty much almost as far as you can see from where you're at. You can tell in the distance that there's mountains and there's obviously forests and all this different stuff, but those are far off in the distance. You're not sure how far it goes to your left and to your right, so
Yeah.
to speak, because it just looks like, as far as you can see, there's these fields.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll follow based off your lead. You know this place better than I do.
no.
Unfortunately, that's incorrect. But forward seems to be the only option at this point. I mean,
Is there anything
Careful.
on the horizon? A building, a structure, a mountain, a cave?
There's mountains. There's mountains and there's forests far off in the distance. You're basically from where you're standing looking across the lotus fields. It's got to be a couple miles. I mean,
So we're running.
Brian looks at you guys and goes, "What if we were to wrap something around our faces, like some sort of cloth or something to keep the pollen out if it were to blow on us?"
That's not
very
a
good idea.
bad idea. And I'll pull out my Arcanist shirt and I'll tear a strip off,
There you go.
throw the rest in the back, and wrap it around my face.
Well, I've got an ascot around here somewhere.
Okay. Brian does the same thing. He doesn't rip up his Arcanist shirt, but he uses it as his. He like wraps it around all around his face, and he's just got his eyes poking out.
Should we? Or you might want to. That's you, by the way. You might want to do something like that too. Just who knows? Might get worse. Forget to
Okay.
talk or something.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll just pull up my shirt, and pull it over my face. But
You pull the drawstrings on your Elvis cloak hood, so it's just like this one little hole.
Come on, Kenny.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Okay. So you guys all have some sort of cloth covering your mouth and nose.
Indeed.
Okay. And you start walking along the path deeper into the lotus fields.
Think so?
Yes, I suppose.
Okay. Brian will lead the way.
Good choice.
Yes. Before setting out, though, Brian puts on his armor, gets ready in case he runs into anything. You guys start. Uh-huh.
I forgot that he wasn't wearing his armor before.
Yeah, he hadn't been wearing it. Yeah. But now that he's in the field, so to speak. So you guys start heading down this path. And like I said, it's sort of like has anybody been in wetlands? And I think I described it this way too, where it has the elevated wooden walkways that they build. It's like that.
Yeah. Border of Louisiana and Texas has one of those.
There you go. So you start heading down this path, walking. Remember, it's really quiet here. You didn't hear any birds. You weren't hearing any insects. It's just this ever-present sound of this wind that's blowing and the mist. That's the other reason why you can't really see. How I guess I should have said that too. You can see mountains in the distance, but this fucking mist that's everywhere really prevents you from seeing really far, as far as on the ground level, as far as what have you. Your footfalls are making the steady dunk, dunk, dunk of walking across wood. The planks and everything where you first were at when you first came up onto this elevated walkway were pretty sound, pretty stable. But as you walk further along them, you can see that they are weathered, and some of the planks are broken, some of them are rotten. They're visible enough for you guys to keep from, stepping in and twisting an ankle. But they're solid enough, it's only like in splotches that the wood is deteriorated. And you just keep walking. The mist is around you. Time passes. 10 minutes, half hour, 45 minutes. And then it's an hour. After the hour mark and you're still walking along these planks, you've noticed as you've been walking that the lotus that are in these fields that are all overgrown, there's like vines and what have you, off of which these lotus flowers grow. They're in patches. Where you first came out, there was dozens of these yellow ones. Okay? You keep going and then there's some blue, some white ones, some black ones. And while most of the colors are kind of bunched up together, they are intermixed with different types of colors from like maybe cross-pollination because if they've been not properly tended and, one gets over here, so forth and so on. And it starts getting a lot more clumped together and overgrown the further along after you get to this hour mark of walking. And that vegetation has been encroaching ever so closer to the walkway. At first, it's just, growing up in bigger bushels of it. Then it's growing up the dike type part where you're walking. And now it's along the path. Maybe about a foot and a half, something along these lines. I need everybody to roll notice rolls.
Of course you do.
Of course. This is a role-playing adventure. There's got to be something to notice.
I haven't noticed any of
Nice.
it along the way.
Holy Phoenix.
Yeah.
Why don't we just have him do it?
Yeah, an 8.
Ah, right behind you.
Oh, wow. Look at you guys. Okay, so we got a 19 out of Phoenix and an 18 out of Joplin. Those are hugely high numbers. Very good. Well done. Well done. So, as you guys are walking, you're constantly scanning around. It's kind of monotonous what you're seeing here, but, as you're starting to notice that this vegetation is getting grown closer and stuff, you're starting to pay more attention, look around and what have you. And in your coat there, Phoenix, this little, bill comes out and starts nibbling on your neck. And then you see flying maybe a good 50 yards in the sky up above you is this winged creature. And
Pull my coat back, closed around Ray.
doesn't really make any noise. It's very silent, but both of you notice it because you've been just scanning everything, looking around, hoping, waiting for something to show itself to give you some sort of indication where to go, what to do. It is large. It is a very large bird. And there's something odd about it.
Oh, no.
Something odd in its makeup. Its neck is long,
Oh, I hate you.
and its head is... It's very different than a normal bird's, because a normal bird would have some sort of beak or a bill or something along these lines. It looked almost like a deer head.
No.
And it gives it more credence in the fact that there's antlers growing off the front of its head. But it has a huge wingspan. And you can swear that you notice that while it's got legs that look like they are of a avian design, they don't have that normal claw end, leg that's pulled up underneath. It's almost as if it's got the hindquarters of some sort of, equine, cloved hooves or something. And it just sails across very quietly. You don't hear it at all. And then it gets lost as it in the mist. And then you see a couple more trail after it. Very quiet. Don't hear anything. Except for inside of Phoenix's coat. Yeah.
We're all seeing that happening, right?
Yes, everybody saw that.
saw
I will
some-
even say that Brian saw it without rolling for it, because all three of you guys saw it. So even if he didn't, you nudged him, elbowed him in the ribs and pointed up. Look.
What are we gonna do about whatever the fuck that is?
Hopefully nothing. You know what I mean?
Well, one would hope we would have to do nothing, but I mean, is there anything we could do? I'm not going to throw my spear at them. I'd lose it.
I should really learn how to shoot a bow and arrow. All right, let's. Joplin, you want to get your crossbow ready?
Oh, yeah, way ahead of you.
Okay.
I doubt it's going to do any good, though.
I'll pull out a length of rope because that's helped me when we fought things like this.
So true. Okay, so you guys continue walking again, moving along the plank way, or whatever the hell you would call this, and that foliage continues to build up and build on the sides, and it started to grow up onto the planks. Fortunately, there hasn't been any lotuses in what's grown up. It's just like the vine parts of it. But then you keep moving. You move for like basically another 20 minutes, and then you see ahead of you where it's completely grown over the path. And there's these flowers on what's grown on the path. These flowers are black in color.
Well, that can't be good.
Still going with the same notice roll that you guys had before, because you've definitely been looking up since you saw those things flying. You see two more. Further up now. Higher. Maybe 100 yards. They circle for a little bit. And they're circling, and you get the feeling that, well, Brian says, well, they're watching something. Maybe it's not us because of the mist. Maybe they can't see us.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case.
You start hearing splashing in the water. Because the lotus fields are flooded, just like rice fields. And this splashing in the water comes from behind you.
Oh, no.
Not directly to your sides, and not like 10 or 15 feet away, but more like 20, 25 paces back. Just enough that the mist is kind of obscuring where the splashing is happening. And it's not like a splashing of a fish or anything. It's like
Footsteps of a giant blue guy, maybe?
no,
No. Okay.
not that you see. You don't see any big blue guy towering around here.
Okay, so that's not what that sounds like. Just off.
Go ahead and give me notice rolls.
Yeah. Huh.
Got an 8 again.
Oh, look at that 15 for Phoenix. You're killing
Nice.
it.
Yeah,
10
you guys
for
are doing much
Joplin.
better.
There it is. What did Ari get?
I got an 8 and a 1.
An 8 and a 1. Okay, so you're going to notice it too, and I'll say that Brian does as well. Ari, give me another spirit roll.
Oh no.
That can't be good. Okay.
Front row.
An 8 and the dog fell. And a 1. What the heck is going on?
You just can't roll. I think it's pretty obvious. Some of your memories start coming back again.
Okay.
You remember, I'm Ari. I'm Ilvaxia.
Okay.
I'm the mistress of the night.
Right.
Yes. This is Cardor. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Fuck, if I could, I got magic. How do I do it? And this is, your mind's starting to race now because, like, these are real big chunks of memory that you can grab and hold on to. And if it wasn't for what is happening right now, maybe you would continue on this train of thought. But all of you start to see dark silhouettes moving up the banks of the dike. Slow. And for a second you're like, well, are those fucking giant beavers or something? What the? And then you realize they're humanoid forms crawling out of the water, up the dikes, to the planks. 1, 2, 3, 4. The mist is clouding the rest. You can't really tell how many others are climbing out.
How far do these can we see these black lotus flowers? How far are they going? Like, how far do they stretch into the distance? Is this like a field of them?
Well, the mist really fucks with that because essentially you see this overgrown part of the path. You see the black lotus that are there, and then you can see where the mist cuts it off. And you don't know how much further beyond that mist it might be.
Right.
These figures have clawed their way up the mud, and you start to hear that sound of someone, sucking feet pulling out of the mud, hands clawing through the wet muck. And then they start getting onto the planks and then getting erect. And as they do that, there's no denying it. These are, whatever these things are, they're the size of humans. And then the mist that is obscuring the ones that are in the front clears enough. One of those breezes blows past and it clears it just enough for you to see, standing there, are these blue people. They look just like the giant, except regular human size. There's a man, there's a woman. They're dressed in just tatters, remnants, bare remnants. One of them you see in the first row, but then one standing right behind is just completely naked. Their skin looks puckered and sunken. Their eyes are all open, and they are that milky white, and they don't blink. What hair? None of them have hair. That's right. They're all bald. And there's like mud stuck to them in different patches. They don't look like they're breathing. They look deathly still. And then you hear the slap. Slap. As one foot is put in front of another. And they start slowly walking down the planks trail towards you.
Grab Brian by the Brian. My coworker Brian. Brian, I'll pull him back instead of being in the front. Me and him can get to the back.
Yeah, they're coming up from behind us, right?
They're coming from behind, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And then I will grab Brian and okay, let's go and get to the front of that.
Can we tell that they're actually
Brian's
looking
like,
at us?
What are we going to do? Are we going to fight them?
I don't fucking know.
I think they're dead, Phoenix.
Yeah,
Look at them.
We've dealt with that before.
Have we?
One of the first things we dealt with, in fact.
Was it?
Well,
Yeah. They weren't dead, but they were some sort of weird feral guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot.
the
Oh
ghouls.
my god.
I remember now the ghouls. Yeah. Back at the temple of, what was your former god that you pissed off and didn't like you anymore?
Puritan.
Puritan. Yeah, that's right. Puritan. Yeah.
Oh, it's funny.
Brian's like, if you remember correctly, we had a hard time with those.
That was a while ago, though. We've fought a giant snake since then. Wait, you didn't know about that. Never mind.
Maybe we shouldn't fight these. Maybe we should just get away from them and head the other way down this. Let's outpace them.
Speaking of Puritan, you still have fire, don't you? Don't you, Joplin?
Well, I can make it look like there's fire, yes.
No, but it
might be good enough.
It's not fire. Slap. Slap.
The image might be good enough. It doesn't matter if it's real.
We should run and I'll throw up a big wall of flame.
I'm
Yes.
not particularly convinced we should be walking through those flowers.
Well, I don't have real fire.
We've got the masks. Maybe that'll help.
I don't love gambling on that. I'd rather punch
Slap.
things. Okay.
Slap.
fucking lead the way.
And then Brian looks at Joplin.
I'm gonna put up a big wall of fire behind us. You do something about the plants.
Me?
No, I've got an. Okay. And so, like, he goes, all right, stay close to me. Maybe this will work. And, like, he goes up and he starts walking towards where it's overgrown onto the path. All these different, like, now these vines and stuff are grown in and intertwined so much. It's not like putting one's foot and you'll go and get caught in between them. It's almost like it's made a wicker weave. So you could actually, like, stand on them. It would be kind of unsure footing. And you'd have to be careful. But so Brian comes up there. Now he's got his spear, and he gets right to the edge there, and he takes the spear and he's going to cut one of the black lotuses off at the base and try and flip it out into the water. He's gonna, like, just basically, like, baseball bat it. Who wants to roll for Brian for me?
Not me.
I
That's for goddamn
think
certain.
you guys all still have control of his character sheet. Hold on, let me make sure here.
No.
No.
Well, we'll just have to change that.
You know, I can do a real barrier of fire. I can do barrier. I can still make that into fire.
Well,
Okay.
I
you guys can all control his character sheet now.
I could send like
I'll roll for him. What do I need to roll?
Basically, just an attack roll.
Okay. All right. That's that was. Oh, it still says Brian. Okay, good. So that was me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 5.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's successful. He cuts one and flips it off, and it rolls down. There is a poof of black pollen that puffs up a little bit. Ari, can you do any kind of, like, air or something to blow the pollen away?
I'm still trying to figure that out. I'd love to help.
Well, okay. Well, don't breathe. And he starts stepping onto the stuff, and he's going through. And he goes over, and he's gonna cut another one and try and get it out so it's not in the football. Slap.
I'll
Those
follow him.
those other those blue creatures that crawled up out of the lotus fields are steady progressing. They're moving at a steady pace.
I'm going to drop a barrier.
I was going to say you have to do something now.
2 feet of fire going straight down the path behind us.
Okay, like a wall or like a line towards
like the DeLorean tracks.
Ah. Okay, and you're looking to maybe catch the wood on fire? Is that part of what you want to do?
If
You'll
I
have to walk through it regardless.
I cast a fire barrier, it causes 2d4 damage to anybody trying to pass through it.
Got it. What's the range on that bad boy?
Well, that's the thing. If I can create a 2-foot wide section of wall, but it doesn't say how
Not
long.
2 foot wide.
Well, that's per round.
So you can continue making it.
I can continue making it, yes. And I've got strong
Well,
casters.
the path on which you guys are on is only roughly 8 feet.
Well,
Just
that's
enough for
kinda
2 people to walk abreast on.
I didn't want to send the barrier this way. I kind of wanted to send it that way.
So they get longer burned as they come
Yeah,
down
so
through? Okay, so essentially you would need, for every 2 feet, you need a turn.
Yeah, well, no. Every 4 feet I need a turn because I have a strong caster.
Okay, so every 4 feet you'll need a turn. So how many feet of this are you going to look to make?
How much would you let me? Because it doesn't have that as a list.
This is what we're going to do that will help this decision along. Just roll
for
me 1d6.
1d6.
1d6. You've got 2 rounds to do it before grasping blue wet hands might start trying to grab you. Who knows?
And I'm standing at his side like, freaking hurry up.
I can do 8 feet then straight across the walkway
Okay.
with a barrier of fire.
All right. Give me your roll. This is where you need to make it, because if you don't, it's going to dig into the time and make it casting time increase.
Yeah, here's my spell casting.
You got a 10. That's good.
Nice.
All right, not a problem. That's a success. I'm sure. What's the difficulty of that spell? I'm sure it's below 10, right?
It doesn't. I don't think it has a difficulty.
It should.
Well, I think.
Uh,
Do you mean the casting modifier?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I've already gotten rid of that with my strong caster.
Okay,
thing.
then you're good.
Already.
It's up.
Yeah.
Boom. Boom. You make 4 feet. Boom. You make another 4 feet. Just as basically they're still advancing. You've got the first one up. It's burning. It's crackling. The wood is starting to combust. They keep walking, and you see their hands start to raise up, very zombie-esque, and reaching towards you. And just as their fingertips start reaching that first barrier, boom, the other 4 feet go up and block it off, and their hands start coming through the fire.
2d4 damage for anybody that tries to do that. I'm gonna run the other way.
Excellent. Okay, so you start running the other way. And you run, you hurry up, and you get to where there's Brian.
Bravely run away.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay,
with-
Robin. Ching. And now, Ari, are you following Brian while he's doing this? He's cleared about basically, I'll say between the two, he's cleared about 8 feet down the pathway.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
need
I'd be
another
with
roll. I need another roll there, Phoenix.
Oh
for-
yeah, I can do that.
Phoenix.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll be with him because I won't be able to help the other side. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Come on, people!
You got 3s.
Yeah.
Give me a vigor roll for Brian.
No.
And
Sorry, John,
what's the
that was-
duration on that wall there, Chief Haruni?
5 minutes per level, which puts it at like 25 minutes for me.
Excellent. Okay, cool.
nice. A 7
Okay, he makes
for
it.
Graham.
So Brian, this time when he cuts this one and he goes to throw it,
Sorry,
That's
sorry,
right.
I hit the wrong button.
Ah!
it's all right. We've got some. Here, hold on 1 second. I just need to rotate some people so that put everybody back where they need
I
to
swapped myself with Joplin by accident.
be. It's quite all right.
What? How did you do that?
I accidentally hit the camera button instead of the open up the window again button.
Well, now I'm on the wrong side here.
That's all right. I just got you two to mess with, and then I just gotta do it correctly. See, you guys can see me in live time. Put the things in place where they're supposed to be. Now, where was the other? What was this one?
Welcome to OBS class.
There you go. And now see, I've gone and adjusted. It's just that easy. There you go, folks. Oh no!
Happy little overlay.
Actually, they didn't get to see that because I was adjusting it on the second one that's not being. Anyway, it got done. There you go, everybody. Trust me, it was really interesting what I just did. Okay, so this he cuts it, and instead of like before where he was severing it off, shearing it off at the base where the flower connects to the vine, he actually cut it in the middle, shoom, with the first swipe, and it released a bigger black cloud of pollen this time. What actually got on him?
Oh,
Nothing seemed to happen to him though, and so. Then he goes, I'll say, with the second swipe, and he gets that one out of the way. You guys have cleared another 4 feet. You still see another at least 15 feet ahead of you of this. You look back, you're seeing this steady march of these blue people going through this flame. They don't speed up when they come to the flame. You see their arms start first, just starting to go through, and they start smoldering, and their skin starts smoking and shrinking, and they move slower, and but they're still moving, and then by the time that they've been able to push themselves through the wall of fire, their whole body has been consumed into a burning pyre, and they're just a walking, flaming thing.
I didn't make anything better.
Well, wait. It takes the first ones that come through take 3, 4, 5 steps tops, leaving trailing behind them burning footprints in the wood. The wood of this walkway is starting to burn and combust all around you, but they tend to like start to fall apart, and then they fall down on their knees and then land down on the walkway and then roll off. One rolls off, rolls down the side of the embankment into the water with a psh, and steam comes up from where it had rolled in. One falls down and seems to just be laying there, and it trips up another, which then falls, and it's definitely causing a traffic jam, but they're still pushing their way through this burning, flaming barrier.
Oh, it's bad.
You notice that after a couple of them come through burning up with their burning flesh to fall down and continue to burn there, some of the ones afterwards, after they've made it through, pause a moment, step over them, and then continue on before the fire has consumed them enough that they then fall down. And it's just a steady progression of these bodies coming through. I need another roll from Brian to cut off another one of these lotuses.
Is there any way to grab like a piece that could be on fire and throw them at the
You would have to go
vine?
back. You guys have already, because basically you're on this pier. Now, I don't have the map out for it, but essentially you've gone away from that, and you're trying to make your way as fast the other way, away from these guys, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, I'll sit on it for a bit. I'll sit on it for a bit, but I might end up doing that.
Gotcha. Brian cuts off and throws another. Now, this continues on. You're able to stay ahead of them for some time. It's almost like your guys are moving at pretty much the same rate as you're taking your time, one, to watch your footing as you walk over this overgrown weave of vines, and giving Brian enough time to hack apart and hack off these lotus flowers and cast them aside. And I need Brian to make 3 more rolls.
Oh no.
And now you guys are all pretty much clumped up together, and Brian, I'll say, is like probably like a 5 feet ahead of you guys clearing.
Bend his bennies.
I mean,
Okay, the second one. He does basically the same thing. He cuts it in half, and a big old poof of this black pollen comes up. And let's roll.
No.
Who would like to roll me a d4? And
Ooh.
basically it's going to go like this. 1 is up and away from you. 2 is down and towards you. 3 is to one side, and 4 is to another. So if a 2 is rolled, the pollen is blown back towards you guys on the walkway. Who wants to roll this d4 for me?
I can't. I'm rolling horribly. I don't.
Well, Joplin, it's falling to you.
Tony, it's on you.
Damn it. All right. What? Oops. What was that? Oh, hang on. It just took me to the top of the thing. Okay, here we go. Roll 1d4. Oh,
Thank goodness. It blows it away from you guys.
Jeez.
You're able to get across, and this overgrown patch that you were crossing ends, and it begins again to have just the wooden planked walkway, and you get down onto that. The fire is still burning behind you, and you can still see, even from this distance, because the mist has been burned off and around that area as the wooden plank starts to burn too, and it burns off that the moisture in the mist, and you can just see like waving forms of these bodies that are catching fire and then falling. But you're on the other side now.
well, we should keep moving.
Yep. Fucking. It's just a clear path ahead.
Yeah, it's as far as you can see. You guys basically in this mist can see roughly about, I'll say, 20 paces before it starts getting too obscured for you to actually see.
So go forward.
Brian goes, I guess we should start running.
I mean, yeah.
And
Okay,
almost
yeah.
in answer to his question, you hear splash, splash, splash. And they're right off to the sides of you.
I can't just burn this whole thing to the ground. We got to move.
Okay.
Oh yeah, run.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys start running. And you're running. And you're running. And you come to a couple of parts on the walkway where you think, fuck, it's gonna be overgrown ahead again. It's gonna be overgrown ahead again. Because some of those vines and stuff have grown up, even up to a point onto the walkway, but just to one side so that you are able to skirt around them. You run roughly for a good half hour.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know you
Well,
think so.
Well, let me rephrase this.
Well, running
You
into
run?
the jog, yeah.
Then you jog, and then you're walking fast for basically a
my
half hour.
I hold my side and I'm like, no, I'm going to die. Ah.
And what stops you isn't the fact that you've come out of the Lotus Fields, is that the walkway ends in a large, obviously artificial hill that seems to have had the top cut off. There are stairs that lead from the walkway up to the top of this artificial hill. You guys head on up.
After all that, now stairs.
At the top of the hill, the mist is much thinner. The hill itself is roughly about a good 30 feet high. And at this level, like I said, the mist isn't as thick. And you can see around you for a lot further. And you see this it's almost like being up on a mountainside and looking at the clouds down below. You're looking at the mist, okay? Up on this top of this hill, there is there's like an old wagon, there's old buckets that are falling apart. They're like thrashing material and, not material, but thrashing. It's a stick with a club on the end of it that you swing and you hit stuff. There's scythes that are all rusted and lying in piles and what have you over to the side. And there is like mounds of dead organic material, which you can tell was at one time these vines and stuff over to one side. Everybody give me a notice roll.
What is this?
Okay, we got a 5.
I got a 3.
I got a 5. And a
Solid
4.
3.
Okay. For those who got the 2 5s, you get to the top of the hill there, catching your breath. You see that the stairs lead down. It's obviously going back down towards, back into the Lotus Fields. And you hear
Uh-oh.
enough that it draws your attention before the winged form of this creature comes hovering in above you guys. It's one of those things that you saw flying earlier. It has like a deer head with antlers. It has tusks. Its wings are big and flapping, and you can swear that you see bald hands at the ends. It's almost as if 2 outstretched arms with wings underneath them that go out. So like the hands would be in the center of where the wing is. It has a chest like a bird's, but the lower body is sort of like that of a satyr's, and it has hoofs. You could tell probably if it was standing, it might be 3 feet tall. Its wingspan, though, is obviously a good 10 feet. And you all look up just as something comes flying down from it, as if it had tossed something. It comes sailing down, hits the ground close to you guys, but not like too close that you're like, oh, it's throwing something at us. And it's a leather pouch.
Are you sure? Because that could, I mean, if it's just a brown mound, it could be a lot of things.
No, it's a leather pouch it threw down. And it's there. It's like a good 30 feet in the sky above you, just flapping its wings and looking down at you guys.
Well, my notice roll tells me that's we just almost got pooped on.
I'll go grab it.
You gonna go grab the poop?
Yeah, it's fine, whatever. And I'll walk over and pick up how big is this thing?
Oh,
It's a leather sack. It's a leather sack. It's like, you know how like you've seen like leather sacks that would have coins in it and movements and all that. It's basically the same size. But when you pick it up, there's something soft and squishy inside of it.
Yeah, see what I tell you.
I think it's poop, and I'll open it.
You open it up. There's a black powder in it that has sparkles as well. Sort of like as if there was glitter mixed in with it.
Does this look familiar at all?
No. It doesn't look familiar. I mean, you've seen black powder before in different substances.
I was curious if it reminded me of the type of powder we used to close the last portal.
No, because that powder's white.
Yeah,
No.
some cocaine.
I was wondering if maybe it was like a black version of that.
Yeah, that's a white powder that's granular. This is a black powder that is powdery. It's sort of like it's sort of like a coarse flour almost. Like in, that you would bake with kind of flour.
Yeah. It's
What
black
what is
powder,
it, Phoenix?
guys.
Black powder.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it before. Here, take a look, and I'll hand it to Brian.
Joplin, you know more things about this than I do. Do you recognize this? And he hands you the bag.
I don't. What do I? I'm holding a bag of, I don't know, it's black powder.
Well, what do you think we're supposed to do with it? Why is it giving it to us?
I thought he was trying to poo on us.
Well, he's obviously not trying to do that. And he's still there. And you guys are looking at, he's just and just hovering and watching you.
What's the powder smell like? If I take a little pinch of the powder, what's it smell like?
It smells earthy, organic. It smells like a good time. No. Yeah. You guys all come out. You got black stuff all over your nose. Yeah, all right, cool. I'm feeling kind of good. Kind of
So
invincible.
hard not to do drugs in D&D.
It's hard to find a bathroom stall in D&D too, though. So
Right?
it's a real catch-22. I will shout at the thing up there that's hovering above us and be like, "Hey, what is this? What are you doing? Why the fuck you give us this?" Oh, good. It sounds awful. Fuck.
Well, it obviously wants us to have it.
Okay.
Have it? Like, just have it around?
Well, I don't know. Phoenix, maybe you should try some. Just
Try some.
taste some of it.
I'll hand you the bag and
Fucking, if I turn into
I
memory,
smelled it.
Well, if I taste this and then I lose my mind, I'm gonna kill all of you. It's almost 100% certain.
Oh, that's true. He's the last guy you want flipping out.
So, if that's a genuine concern of his,
Joplin.
I'll
Yeah,
Okay.
Brian, when you said that,
Well-
Brian goes, "That's true, Phoenix. Joplin, you should try it."
Here's the
I had
deal.
killed a
I'll
giant
try
guy
it.
with an axe.
He did kill a giant guy with an axe. I'll try it, but you should all make sure that maybe just tie my wrists first.
You know, maybe I should. I seem to be the one that has the.
No, you're even harder to hit than I am.
But I haven't.
Let me try it.
You've already
she
lost your mind
remember how
once
to cast
today.
spells.
All right. Bribe's like,
But this-
okay.
This seems different, though. I mean, I don't think it's going to make her forget. This might do something else. And she's just as dangerous as I am in a different way.
I don't know how to do my magic right now.
If you tie me up, I can't do shit. If we tie her up, she can. Wait, you don't remember how? I thought you were talking to us like you knew who you were.
I most of my memory is back, but not. I can't do it yet. I'm working on it.
Okay, yeah, give it to her.
Okay, so you hand the bag over to Ari.
I hand you the bag.
Okay. All right, they hand you the bag, Ari.
Okay. Well, I guess.
Real close.
Oh, I'm nervous to do it. But so first, I'll grab some, and then I'll sprinkle some out just to see if anything happens
When you take a pinch of that out and then you sprinkle it, that thing that's flying up there, it bleats again.
Do any of you speak that language?
No, what? What kind of a question is that? Sorry, emotions are high right now, but that was really stupid. And
Well
that's
said,
coming
sir.
from me. I can't even read.
I mean,
Yeah, does it say anything on the bag? Yeah,
Then again,
you turn the bag over and says, under no circumstances, do not ingest.
I almost ate it, and I'm calling her stupid.
Right.
For trying to talk to a flying deer.
I mean, is the thing that's hovering over blocking our path? I guess
No.
I don't understand why we're stopped even.
Because-
We don't know what this is or what.
Yeah,
it's for,
what does
it
it matter? What could it be? It's in a pouch.
Oh, she's chickening out.
I stick my finger out and I put it in my get some of it and put it in my mouth.
And with that, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back, everybody. So if you need to refresh your beverages, get your snackages on, visit the little boys or little girls' room, whatever you need to do. We will be back momentarily. Don't go nowhere.
Oh,
And we're back. That was great timing, Tony, by the way.
I'm tired.
What are you tired for?
Long day, man. Long day.
What time do you... Oh. Hey, Louis Medister. Thank you for following. We appreciate that.
Perfect timing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Louis. I have to go back to interrogating Tony here. What are you tired for? You're the one who's been, you're on the West Coast, man.
Yeah, but I've been a long day. I've been up all day. Get up early, do shit.
You've been up all day?
All
Not
day.
even a nap?
What time does Tony get up? What is early for Tony? Because I know you bake and stuff, so it's got to be early, right? You don't get
Well, she has
You
to
wake
go in
and
a little
bakes,
bit
in
before
fact.
me. Yeah, wake and bake. But I'm up by 7:30.
Oh, okay. Well, that's acceptable.
So I'm like my time now. This is a 12-hour day already.
Holy mackerel! Wait, this doesn't count as work.
Oh, it does to me.
Oh, okay.
I
You
get
put
up
a,
at 7 every day as well, and it's 10:40 here.
I get up every day at 6.
This is not a competition.
It
I
is.
just said I was
I mean,
tired.
you're
I
former
won.
military, though, aren't you? Like, you were...
Who, me?
Yeah. Did you ever do...
No.
You
What?
you strike me. You got the hair. You got the you keep it buzz on the side.
I was gonna say, have you seen the pictures online of me in my uniform? Is that what it is? Is that what?
That
you-
must be what it is. Yeah,
Okay.
that would be where I got that idea for
Now
sure.
people-
Look,
Now
look.
it's-
Hey, okay, Arcade's got us beat. 5:30. Do I hear a 5? Do I hear a 4?
My wife has terrible insomnia. She's up by like 4:30 every
Oh,
day.
that poor thing.
Oh,
What time does she go to
God.
bed?
She tries to go to bed at like 9 or 10.
Ooh, that's rough.
But
That's not
yeah,
good. That's not
yeah.
good. Did you? So you haven't had a nap yet today?
no,
Oh man, I take a nap
Oh,
every
it's-
time I come home. Before I gotta charge these batteries up before I get on, perform.
see, it's so. Don't even tell me you've had a longer day than me. You had your nap.
What is this conversation?
You know what else I do? It's like every once in a while when nobody's watching, I'm sleeping at my desk. Shh! Don't tell nobody. I wake up when I'm like, and there's just W's across the screen or A's where my arm was.
and your face is stuck to the
Yeah.
desk.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway. All right. I'm sorry, everybody. We'll get back to the game now. Okay. So, Phoenix, you licked your finger. You put it in the bag and put it in.
Yeah.
It's bitter. It's like somebody took some black licorice, rolled it in dirt. You're one of those people. Are you really? Really? Oh, for Christ's sakes. All right. What's something you don't like?
Mustard.
It's okay. It's like somebody took a mustard stick, rolled it in dirt, and it's got a real potent aftertaste that just like it covers your entire mouth, and you're like, oh God.
Oh,
But it dissolves really quickly. What was on your finger in your mouth, it's like almost instantaneously dissolves, and you hear.
our names are wrong.
What do you? Oh, did it? Oh, it's all jacked up. Oh, you know why? From that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I turned off my camera earlier.
God damn it! But thank you for telling me.
Thank
I
you,
didn't notice. Can you tell that I'm?
Arcade token female, whoever that is.
I'm really. That's the arcade token female. That's
Yeah.
just. We call her
Arcade
arcade.
Token Female's
Thank you
been here
very much.
for a while.
Yeah, man. What's wrong with you?
Episodes and episodes. Were you not in the chat?
I just said that she's the one who told us the name.
I know. I'm giving you a hard time.
Yeah, this is
This
what
is the
we're-
fun part of doing a stream is that I get to be mean to you.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's like it's
When I'm
called
tired,
lusting
you're
one's
gonna
balls.
In
Oh, there it is.
real life, I'm nice to you, but when we're on air, I get to be a dick.
Right?
Well, at least I do it the other
You
way
know,
around.
Yeah.
he's Canadian, so that's how he's got to do it. He's got to act to be mean.
Yeah, I've gotta-
That's how that works.
I was always cast as the douchebag and everything. So
Were you
it's,
really?
It's
Oh.
because I'm a nice guy in real life.
That's
So
you know
people,
what.
somehow people just put you into that stuff.
But to tell you the truth, I would prefer to be typecast as a villain than typecast as a hero because it's way more
100%.
fun. Way more
Oh
fun.
yeah, way more fun.
Way more fun. All right, so you put your finger in your mouth. That stuff, they get that bitter taste in there. It dissolves really quickly, and you're like, and then you hear, "Why are you here?"
Whoa, hey, voice
What?
in the head.
Tony, you don't hear that.
Oh,
Grace,
okay, good.
Grace, you don't hear that.
Grace don't
Right.
hear nothing.
Brian, yeah, that's right. Ari doesn't hear that, and neither does Brian. Just you, Phoenix.
We're here to. Just a second, I gotta talk to some people. Hey, why are we here? I mean, if I was talking to someone who was curious about why we're here, and maybe we didn't. Hey, are you hearing everything I'm saying right now?
Yes.
Never mind. We're here to. There's a portal we wanted to
Portal.
visit.
Portal.
Yeah, it's sort of a weak spot in the weave.
The weave.
You're repeating a lot, but you're not telling me much. You wanna?
Who are you?
My name is Phoenix.
No. Use the other name. Use the other name.
What's that?
Use the other name.
No, I'm Phoenix.
Phoenix. The weave. You come searching for the queen? Question mark.
I know who the queen is, but I'm not sure that you know. So maybe you explain that just to prove. I mean, you show up in my head and ask me questions. I want to make sure that you're legit.
I see your thoughts.
Oh yeah, all of them.
Stop thinking about that, you you dirty little boy. No. He doesn't. He goes, the Lotus Queen. You come to see the queen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where's she at?
It flies off.
Give me some more of that dust.
Why would we give you more of the dust?
Take a little bit more of the dust now.
No, wait. Why would you?
Hey, you still there?
No,
Hello?
it flew away. It flew off. You saw it going into the distance, and then it lowered in its flying so that it went down into the mist, and you lost sight of it.
Were you talking to the flying thing?
I guess so. I guess it's got like telephone dust.
Okay, I need you to give me a vigor roll, Phoenix.
Ah, fuck. No, I shouldn't need that dust. But I did it anyways. Why won't my character sheet open here? I've got it. Give me a second. It's running.
It's around here somewhere.
Oh, it's because I had it pushed off the screen. Okay, vigor.
Yep.
All right, there we go.
Excellent. Now, before you decide to Benny that or anything, because you rolled 2 3s,
Mhm.
which is a failure,
Yeah.
you feel real good.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it ride.
You feel real good. You like feel no pain, man. You kind of like just it's kind of good.
Any cushions around here?
Your anxiety is gone. You're like, yeah, maybe we'll succeed, maybe we won't. It's all good. It's all good.
Cool.
And Phoenix visibly before you guys just gets kind of like, hey, you know, he's sort of like a guy who you can tell has had one too many drinks, but is still completely functional. You know, he crossed over that threshold between being buzzed into just the first stage of being drunk. He's kind of like got that kind of like.
I pull some rations out of my bag and I unwrap the wax paper and I start eating them like the wrong way around.
Mm-hmm.
What did it say to you?
Those rations taste fucking fabulous.
Oh man, do you guys want some of this? You want to get down on this?
I'm
Hey,
good.
Joplin, need some.
I'm good. Thanks.
Hey, Brian, and I throw some at his face.
He like dodges. Phoenix,
Fuck you, man.
what are you doing?
Nothing, man. I love you.
I love you too, but I don't understand.
All right,
It must have been that black stuff that he took. It lets you talk to the bird person though.
You want some of this? Grab the bag from Ari. Eat some of that.
Save that. We might need it later.
You want
So-
some of this?
He
No,
li-
not right now.
Brian licks his finger and he sticks it in there, and
Oh,
then
no.
a couple minutes later, Brian's all like, "You got any more of those rations?"
Yeah, man. Here.
All right, so
How you
Brian and
get
him are eating rations. Like, it's pretty good. Try this one. They're eating the same thing. It's like, try that one, and they like change it and go, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man, that's good. I think it's just oats and honey. But it's
Yeah. There's
Pretty fucking
fruit.
good.
There's fruit in there too. Look, that's fruit. Or
what? You're
Yeah.
fucking crazy, man.
That's
you can't
dry.
keep fruit rots.
it's dried.
What?
Yeah. We used to do it at the
Dried?
bakery. So he starts telling you about how they would dry and use dry fruit at his bakery back home in Lysenna, and how they would use it in the muffins. And
This conversation's going to go on forever.
yes, it is. And he's telling you about bananas. You wouldn't believe what they do with bananas.
You mean like you could dry it like a chip?
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. You salt it?
You got any fruit on you?
Yeah, probably. I start going through my rucksack, just
Okay,
trying to
he
find,
pulls off his rucksack and he's going through. I don't know if I've got any fruit.
throwing stuff into the field.
Okay, I've got this. It's kind of already dried, but I'll show you. And he like sets it down on the wood. He goes, "All right, when the sun comes out, it's gonna dry it." And he just
Oh.
sits there and he's watching it.
And I sit down.
Okay, so Brian and Phoenix are sitting down looking at a piece of dried rations on the ground there.
Excellent. Ari, I think we might have to take a moment.
To stare at a fruit in the middle of this island.
You're not going to reason with them right now, I don't think.
You guys want some? It's good.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I know.
You can hear him too? Where's the bird?
Here, and I pull Ray out, and I go, ah! I throw her into the air.
And Ray just launches up in the air and starts flying around. Phoenix. Oh, yeah, I can hear it.
She's good at flying.
I will take a moment and concentrate and try to find my own bird form. And maybe go
Okay.
scout ahead from the air.
Okay. So are you just going to... you can change into the bird without having to roll in a non-combat situation.
Oh,
So,
you're going to let
yeah.
me do that?
Yeah,
that'd
because
be great.
basically what all these things, all it is you would just keep rolling until you succeed is basically what it is. And I'm not going to have you like totally botch the situation with a bad die roll when you're sitting there just, not being forced.
I upped my spirit die. So
There you go. Okay, so you change into a raven.
and I will
Whoa.
set out ahead. in
Oh
the
yeah, you
direction
haven't seen him
We're
do
meant
this
to go.
shit.
You can do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
You should try some of this, Bird Joplin.
I'm already. If I turn into the bird,
Ah! You go flying off. Okay. You go flying off, and what are you going to scout? What are you going to do exactly?
I want to head the direction that flying antlered creature went and see kind of if it went to anything in particular, another building, structure, hole
Okay.
in the ground,
Okay.
cave.
Now, the mist makes this really hard. So the first thing I need from you is a notice roll.
Okay. I got a 5.
Excellent. You're flying out. Now, how high are you going to go? Are you going to go above, like where the mist is?
You're baiting me. I know you are. Just to where I can see. I don't know what my bird vision is like, but yeah,
It's the kind of vision that gets obscured by mist.
God
So,
damn it.
so you do go out, you do go in the direction that you saw that thing fly off in, and you don't see it. But you see in the distance, you see the mountainside and the mountain poking up out of this mist. You see that there's a valley that snakes in between these peaks.
Can I take a closer look? I'll risk the mist and go down and check out if there's a way into that valley that's convenient for us.
Okay, so you're gonna just start flying ahead. Give me another notice roll.
All right. This will be fine. It'll all be fine. That's a 6.
Yeah, good. So this is what happens. You start flying off. You fly over into the mist, and you see, okay, there's this like valley that snakes in between the peaks over here. You fly in that direction. You go down into the mist, and you see that there's basically there's like lotus fields, and then they stop, and then there's woods. Well, not woods. There's jungle.
Jungle.
Yes. This is a tropical island. And you can see that obviously these, you could walk up into this valley from where you're at, no problem.
From where I'm at right now.
From
That's
where you're
why-
at there, and from where you guys are at, you just got to get out of the lotus fields.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go back with that information.
Okay. Now we need 2 successful notice rolls for you to get back. Because
Would this be a problem?
so you turn around, you go to fly back, and you go, oh, where is that?
I got a 4.
That's a success. So you know the general direction you need to go. Excellent.
One more time.
Yeah, let's see it, man. Double 3s. There's a fail, and you're like, it looks the same.
That's actually technically double 1s, but he has a +2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do have a +2 to my notice. So
You are
Yeah.
completely lost unless you Benny this.
Oh,
Thank you for reminding me of
Oh,
that.
no problem.
Phoenix.
hey, the +2 still counts. It's still a 3.
Yeah, it's still double ones on the roll, though.
I will.
Still snake eyes, baby.
I'll Benny it. Oh, that hurts so much.
Well, it's either that or you're lost on the island. You're able to. Now, you guys are back there. Roughly an hour goes by. And you're starting to get a little worried. Phoenix, your and Brian's high has worn off, and you're like, why is all my stuff out of my pack?
Ari, why'd you let this happen?
Don't even blame me.
I just
then-
assume you're the responsible one, and which I mean, assuming Brian's out of the picture and Joplin's not here, I think that's absolutely correct.
Sorry, someone's bugging me. Did you want attention? See, now she'll leave me alone for a while. It's like, that's not what I wanted. Leave me alone. Okay, so, and then
When Joplin returns, he will tell them about the path and the jungle and the.
okay, the bird comes down. Whoop, boop, 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 turns back into Joplin.
I'm picturing Animorphs in the 90s as a really bad morph technology.
That's exactly what it's like.
So I mean, do we? So can I look at the map and have any specific idea of a general direction of what we should be going in?
You're gonna pull out the stone and take a look at it, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So for all those who don't know, they have this like stone that's sheared in half, and it's got a map on it. You start looking at it, and you're like, as you stare at it more, it's like before. Remember how it would kind of like come into focus of where you're at, sort of thing. And yeah, you're like that way.
Yeah. And is that the way that
Yes.
Joplin? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's
so
leading towards. You need to go up into those peaks.
Let's go. We don't need to waste more time here.
Sure. Is there more of these lotus flowers in that
No.
direction?
The fields are going to end, and then a big jungle is going to pop up, and then we got to snake through the jungle into a valley between a couple of peaks, and
We don't have time to wait out this hangover I'm feeling right now, or
No, we don't.
dude,
cool.
do you need a moment?
Is this the
I-
way it always is, Joplin? When you
Yeah, no, it sucks.
When you use drugs, does this happen?
Not in a very long time. Keep using them, you'll build up a tolerance. It'll get easier for you,
And then it gets a lot harder.
and then it gets a lot harder because you need more and more and more.
That sounds terrible. Why would anyone do that?
Well,
Usually there's no magic deer to drop off a bag at your front doorstep either. You gotta call a guy.
There you go. Okay, so you guys gonna head down off of this hill in the direction that was indicated?
yeah, what
Yeah.
could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. Now the distance that you flew was quite a bit. I mean, you were
Yeah.
flying. So
Yeah.
you guys make it down off of this hill, start heading along. Again, it's this raised path that goes across the dike. As you're making your way, the wood that the planks that the path is made out of start to seem to be better cared for. The fields become less feral. I think that's the word. Follow, whatever. Basically, when you don't tend your fields, you just let them grow wild. And then after you cross one particular dike, on the other side, because these are sectioned off in squares, big, large squares, the fields are tended. The vines are in rows, and you can tell someone's been tending these lotus. You walk again for about another half an hour, and then you see in the distance, in the fields, people working, tending the fields. They're dressed in like white shorts with white short-sleeved, like basic tunic, blue-skinned. You continue on, you keep going, and you start to see some that are coming in out of the, as the mist permits, pretty close to you, not that far off, close enough that you can see their features. And as you start coming into view of them, they are in view of you, you are in view of them. They stop tending the vines, stand up, and then they just turn and they look at you. Emotionless faces, just watching you. They don't make any steps towards you. They just stand and watch as you pass. You see another group, and then another group. You come to another one of those hills with the top cut off. This time you can hear people up above, though, working.
So we've seen a number of these blue, like the Smurf folk.
Yes. Now the ones that we're seeing here that are tending the fields don't have that like undead look to them that the other ones that you burned up had. They look, while not the most nourished people, they don't look sick or starving or anything, but they have like no expression. There's not a, oh hey, who are these people? There's just blank faces, and they have those milky eyes.
There's any near us right now?
What?
There's some out in the fields, but you can hear some because you guys came to the base of one of those hills. You can hear them up on top of the hill working.
Okay, I'm not until we're near enough that I could just go up to one and ask them. I want to find out if they speak any language we speak. But I'm not gonna yell up at them. I'll wait until we see one that's close enough for me to approach.
Well, the way this works is you can walk out onto the dikes. Now, the other dikes don't have the wooden planked walkway. The wooden planked walkway leads right to this hill, and then the stairs go up to the top of it. The last one you had to go to the top of the hill, and then there were stairs that led down back to the plank and went off.
Okay. I'm not gonna wander out onto the dikes. I'll wait until if we don't see one that's like close enough that I wouldn't have to raise my voice to talk to them. No. I'll call out to one of them once I get close enough. But
you guys have made it to the hill, and the closest one to you is basically like 20 yards away, so you can talk to that one.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go out and approach that one then.
Okay. So you walk out onto the dike.
You need to be talking to anybody.
And it's a gang. It's a gang of 3, 2 men and a woman. They have little hooked scythes that they're like trimming the vines with. And they just stop and they're just looking at you.
Hi. And I'll run through the languages I know. Just, hello.
Okay, nothing happens. Nobody says anything.
I'll heft that leather bag in my hand.
Okay.
Let's see if I get a reaction.
Nothing.
A little bit of that black stuff, sprinkle it out in the air.
Nothing.
Anything? All right, good talk. And I'll walk back to the group.
Okay. Well, if these ones aren't reacting to us, maybe the ones that are up on top of the hill won't react either, says Brian.
Hope so.
Let's just try and make our way through as quick as possible.
They're not great conversationalists, I'll tell you that much.
I noticed.
It's better if they don't take an interest. Let's just move along.
All right.
Okay. So you guys go up the steps. As you get to the top of the steps and you get on top of that hill, there is like a dozen of these blue-skinned people up there. They all stop working. It's some of them are cutting off flowers, and there's like wicker baskets that have all these flowers in them and things along these lines. There's a number of them. What they do is that they beat the flowers down and then put them into these baskets. And you notice as you get to the top of the hill, there's like a group of 5 of those 12 all heft baskets, and they put the baskets on top of their head, and they start walking down off the hill. But they stop first. When you first get up there, everybody stops and looks at you, and there's like this uncomfortable silence of several heartbeats. Then when nothing happens, they just reach down, they grab their baskets, put them on their heads, walk down off the hill, down onto the platform, and to the walkway, and they're walking off into the distance.
Did you say they were conversing amongst themselves?
No, you just heard the sound of work.
Okay.
The others that were left behind continue doing the same, working. They're taking the vines in which the lotuses were harvested off of, they're tying them up, into bundles, and then they're stacking these bundles, and yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's keep moving. Well, this is. I thought that we're getting close now, aren't we, to where we saw this thing?
Yeah. Well, Tony, you realize that you got to be getting close to where the lotus fields end.
Okay. Let's
Follow
get
along.
Okay, so you guys go down off the hill. You get onto the walkway. You start following these people that have the baskets on top of their heads. They don't pay you any mind, but they're walking slower than you guys walk. You can pass them if you wish.
Well, yeah, keep to the right, slower traffic,
Right? Okay.
move around.
Okay.
Just
So,
sort of shove them out of the way.
so you guys get past, and then like another 15 minutes after you get past them, you get to the end of the lotus fields. And the elevation starts to gradually increase and go up, and there is jungle there. There is a path leading from the walkway, the wooden walkway, into the jungle.
I think that's the way we go.
Okay,
All right.
so you guys head into the jungle, and it gets dark. It's already, even though it's daylight, because of all this mist and what have you, it's very dark. It's everything's gray, essentially. Even though it's lushly overgrown and everything's really green, it's in that overcast sort of look.
All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray.
Yes. See, I got that in my head now. Thanks, I appreciate that. And your eyes adjust eventually to the forest as you continue to move on. You're moving. And then you start to hear life. Bugs. Some birds. Things along these lines. They're all strangely muted, though. You're not sure if that's because of the mist, which even permeates the forest, or is it because everything here just is like whispering? Everybody's like quiet or high or something. Everybody's just on the down low. But then you start hearing a buzzing. And the buzzing's starting to get louder. And then out of the forest comes this swarm of these. They look like a cross between a fly and a mosquito. Their bodies have that kind of reflective. Have you ever seen a close-up of flies' eyes? They have that like rainbow-ish kind of like hue to them. Their whole bodies are this way, and they've got big, long, pointy snouts. And they're
How
flying.
big are these things?
They're a foot long.
What?
Yes.
Whoa, caught me off guard.
And they're flying right at you. What?
Uh.
Oh, what the? Uh-oh. What? We got something going on over here. We got,
Oh,
no.
Oh.
Oh, no.
we got,
Oh shit.
add
Oh,
those
no.
bugs to the thing there. Okay, cool. All
Are
right.
the
don't
bugs
see-
the bandits or the bugs just the bugs?
The bugs are the bugs. There
Where's
are no
Brian?
bandits.
Okay.
Oh yeah, let's put Brian on there.
Wait, why am I still seeing? I'm just seeing a lake.
There we go.
I'm seeing a turn order.
Yeah.
You don't see the turn order?
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing it there.
Okay.
I was zoomed in and also didn't have the window fully expanded.
There we go. And let me go ahead and just so people can see the order that we got. I'll move that out there. Let's move this a little bit. There you go, guys. You can see that. And the mist-shrouded island. Okay, so Phoenix, you get to go first, my man.
These things are how close?
They swarm in amongst you guys.
Oh, so they're all around us. I'm
Yes.
gonna grab one of them by the fucking snoot
Okay.
and,
Okay.
and just slap it on the ground. Just bash it on the fucking ground.
All right. Give me an attack roll. That's a miss.
I want to Benny that so bad. Okay, well I'll take my second attack. I'm gonna try and grab it again. Do the
Okay.
same thing.
Mm-hmm.
9.
That's much
That
better.
hits.
Okay.
It's dead. Done.
Well,
No damage. Don't need to.
It doesn't matter. It's dead.
Okay.
Okay. Now
Gotcha.
each one of you are going to have to kill 3 of these. Just so you know, and then the swarm will be dead.
Oh.
Yeah. So we got 1 so far.
That's the end of my turn. That's all I can do.
Hey,
I'm gonna
Joplin,
stand my ground.
You got your crossbow out still, right?
I do. Is that going to be the best thing?
I don't know. Can you shoot him off the hip?
Turn into a bird and eat these things.
I think they would be bigger than me.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Well, they'd be big enough to fuck you up. That's for sure.
Yeah. But I hesitate becoming the snake or the rat or the bird
Mhm.
because who knows what these things even eat.
Maybe you should just pop out that cane of yours and go to town.
The witch?
You got your cane, your little fruit or whatever thing. That
Well,
you,
yeah, but I think this is going to be more of a. I'm going to try to take a shot at one of these things with my shooting.
okay. Let's see it.
There first.
Ooh! Boom! You shoot one out of the air.
Son
You're
of
just
a
like,
bitch.
son of the ting, thunk. Okay, so there we go. We got
Then I
another
will-
one dead.
Duck and prepare myself for what comes next.
All right. Oh, it's the bugs' turns.
yeah.
Excellent, Smithers. Let's see what these bugs can do. Okay, so we're gonna do Phoenix first. Oh, I gotta do these individually. Okay. Okay.
Nothing.
Okay, so nothing.
No.
Now we're gonna do some bugs on Joplin. Uh-oh. 11?
Shit.
11 hits.
Excellent. Okay, so if 11 hits...
Ow.
All right.
Hits everything.
All right, hold on.
What do they do if they hit?
About to find out.
4 points of damage.
Well, what about-
Automatically?
Oh, no, it was your... it got an 11. That hits you, right? That's past your
No,
parry.
then the parry is what they have to beat for damage, right?
Damage, yeah.
Yeah, it only
No,
rolled a
they
4.
need to beat your toughness.
That's what I said.
Toughness. Yeah, it only rolled a 4, so it didn't do anything.
No, it didn't do anything. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Oh.
but
Toughness is 7. So,
cool. Give me a vigor roll.
Happening. Ooh,
who me?
Yeah.
But it didn't touch me.
Oh, it touched you. It just didn't really do much of damage to you.
nice.
You're good.
Okay.
It's good
And that
to
was
know.
that was the first one, so we got another one on you.
I'm just
What
waving
in
my
the-
crossbow
Okay.
around.
5 doesn't get you though,
Fine
right?
things.
Okay, 5 doesn't get you. All right, here we go. We've got Ari, bug 1, Bug 2? Bug
Nope.
3? You're
Nope.
good. Brian, bug 1? Bug 2? Bug 3? Nothing. All right, cool. So the bugs are done. Brian. Phoenix, would you be a dear?
I would love to.
Thank you.
He doesn't have any sort of skill he would use in this circumstance that anyone knows of.
Yeah, his spear skill. That's it.
Yeah.
But he
Okay,
also-
that's more defensive though, right?
He also has things for doing a second attacks and stuff
Yes,
like that.
when he gets attacked, if it I think it's got to hit him though.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. Or maybe
Well,
it's a miss. I don't know.
Forgive us, Jonathan, for not knowing how to play Brian
That's all right.
combat, but there's a 3.
That's a miss. All right.
All
cool.
right.
Ari,
Um.
give me
well,
a spirit
I guess
roll. Give me a spirit roll.
a spirit roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Give me a spirit roll.
Ooh, I sneeze. Double 2s. So.
Okay. Your magic is still not back. Excellent. Okay.
Well,
are you doing?
I have got a dagger that
Yes, you
I'll pull
do.
out.
Mhm.
Yeah. So sorry, I need to figure out. So it's just a fighting roll to hit, right?
Correct.
Okay. 5.
That's a negatory, Batman. Thanks for
All right.
playing. Okay. So, time to deal with some more cards. Okay. Booyakasha. Da-na-na-na-na-na. All right, Ari, you get to go again.
Oh, and we get no, it's
No, it's
Jack.
a jack. Nice try.
So I guess I'll try it again to
Do it. You can
stab
do it.
one. I
You
mean,
can do it.
no, I can't.
Okay.
It's 2 and a 1.
Nice try. All right.
Yeah.
It's Brian's turn.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
that's me.
That's okay.
That's you.
Well, that'll
There
do.
you go.
All right, cool. It's dead.
Oh, wait, that's a fighting roll from Phoenix. That's not fair.
Oh,
I
yeah, that's
I
not
rolled it
fair.
wrong.
Yeah.
I've got 2 character sheets open. Sorry.
That's quite all right. I understand.
Let's try that again. Fighting. Boom. There we go.
That got it. Okay, so
Okay,
it's good.
cool.
So he killed one. Okay, Phoenix.
All right. Let's go with the 10. That
Mhm.
hits, right?
There's another one
and
dead.
then
It's just
and
dead.
with my offhand attack, 6.
Okay, there's another. Oh, that one does not hit.
Okay.
That one does not hit.
Okay.
Okay.
Somewhere between a 7 and a 9.
Oh, it's back to the bugs. Okay, so this is the bug on Phoenix. Miss. Okay, we've got bugs on Joplin. Oh, Jesus, they like you, Joplin. Okay, 7. That's not going to beat your parry, though. Right.
No, my 8's parry's an
Okay,
8.
you're good. So you're good. You're good. Okay. All right. So that was just the first one, right?
Oh, okay.
Yep. So there's one more on you. Okay, we're good. Now we
Okay.
got Brian. There's only 2 on Brian.
Yeah.
Miss. Okay, Ari, 3 on you. Miss. Okay, cool.
Nice.
This is so easy for them.
Telling you. Okay, Joplin.
I reloaded my crossbow and I'm shooting again.
All right, let's see this.
Where's my
You
shooting?
are keeping track of these. Well, if they hit, you can collect them. I'll say
8.
that hits. Okay, it's dead.
And then
All right, bless you. Ari, try and stick it. You can do it.
Well, I went first. Are we at the top of the?
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
we're back
Stop
at the top
the
of the
order
order.
again. Man, it goes fast sometimes, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Okay,
Draw this out. We might get a Benny.
maybe.
Right.
Play the odds.
Okay, Phoenix, you get to go first.
All right. Let's punch this thing to
There's
death.
only one
I'm just
swarming around you.
gonna bring both my fists down on top of this fucking thing.
Get it. All right, it's dead. All the
All right.
ones that were swarming around you are now gone. Okay,
Can I, with my second attack, can I aid someone or get with?
you could go over and try and attack somebody that has bugs swarming around.
I'll
them.
go to. Ari, you haven't hit any of yours yet, right?
Correct.
Correct.
I'll just sort of throw a diving punch at one of them.
All right, cool.
There we
Nice.
go.
All right, it's dead. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Oh,
Okay, Joplin.
And then I'm just futzing with a bow and a bolt, and I'm pulling my thing back, and I'm trying to blink.
All right, it's dead. All the ones around Joplin are now dead.
Brian Spear is probably not the best
Ari.
thing for fighting swarming bugs.
I mean, I'll still just try to stick them. And I got rolling off the. I got 15.
Okay, there's one dead. There you go.
That's
Good job,
two
Ari.
dead now.
Yeah,
That's two dead on me,
Two dead on
yeah.
Ari. It's the bugs' turns. Okay. We've got 2 bugs flying around on Brian. Miss. Uh-oh, this might be a
Uh-oh.
hit. Does 10 hit
10.
Brian?
I believe it does. I think. Let me just double check his parry. I closed his character sheet after the last debacle. Yeah, no, his parry is an 11 right now.
Wow.
Okay. Damn. All right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's got 5 modifiers.
Fine.
points on
So
his
that was
six
the second one on him. So there's only one more on Ari. And that's a miss. God damn it. All right. Brian.
Okay, let's let him punch one of these things, or
Okay, it's dead.
okay.
Oh, no, that misses. That misses.
All right, yeah.
I think I maybe killed some earlier by not having you hit their parry, but that's all right. Okay.
Who knows what Brian?
Now we got to deal again. There's only a couple left. There's only 3 left. So
Joker, Joker, Joker! Come on.
Damn it.
No, but
No.
lots of face cards.
okay, the bugs get to go first this time. Yay! Okay, so we've got bugs on Brian. First bug, miss. Second bug, miss. Bug on Ari, miss. Damn it. All right, fine. Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and punch the last bug here. 5 doesn't hit, and I'll turn around. I'll miss that one. Like fuck you, and I'll turn around and try and punch one of Brian's
Okay,
bugs there.
Fuck.
that does it. That does it. Okay, so that makes sense.
21.
21 gets it. All right, Brian. He's only got 1 left on him.
All right, let's get him rolling here. Character sheet. All right.
That's a miss.
All right.
Okay, Joplin.
Oh, shit! Then I'll reload and find another bug to aim at. I didn't.
Yeah, there's 1 on Brian and 1 on Ari still.
I'll aim for the one on Ari,
Okay.
and if I miss, maybe I'll hit her. Who knows?
I was kind of hoping you were going to go to Brian.
Snake eyes, brother. Come on, hit me up with the snake eyes.
Oh,
Oh, well,
Jesus.
almost.
Close.
That's a miss.
Jesus.
All right, Ari.
All right.
Oops.
And I
As a
got
boat
3.
sailing over your shoulder.
Right. Yeah, and I get scared shitless and roll terribly. So
That's what I like to see. Okay. There's only 2 left, guys. You can do it.
Can we? This is
Oh, the
2
bugs are going to go last. Oh, second to last. All right, Joplin.
Oh, it's me again. There it
Yeah,
is.
it's you again, man.
Sometimes I don't think I can reload that fast, but okay. This is my 5th shot.
We haven't really been doing that. I mean, we've just been letting you fire per turn. I mean,
Well, I should be able
if you'd
to.
like me to get technical on you, I will.
No, I actually think I can fire every round because I have a marksman ability.
Ah, well, there you
It
go.
allows me to reload faster anyway. So,
All
shooting a 7.
A miss. All
So
right.
miss?
Yep, 7 is a miss. Phoenix. That's what I'm saying.
All
I
right.
think I gave you guys a.
Yeah.
I killed someone I shouldn't have, but that's all right.
Okay.
All right, let's.
2 left.
There we go.
Okay,
There's one
which-
of them.
Who was which one?
The one on Ari.
Okay, so it's just one left
Um,
on Brian. Okay,
And then I'll turn around and one more. No.
that's a miss.
God
Okay, so
damn.
Brian, he can maybe kill it before it tries to get him.
Right. Yeah, let's give Brian a shot at getting this thing.
That's a miss. Okay, the bug on Brian. Let's do it. No.
1.
All right, you can go over and try and help Brian kill the last
Yeah.
bug.
Yeah, I'll try
do
that, and I'll roll a 13.
Yes, all the bugs are dead. That was rather uneventful. I thought I would at least.
I'm down to 17 crossbow bolts.
Hey, that's that's good. At least I'm bleeding
I'm
you out
keeping
of
track.
bolts.
I started
Thank
with
Come on down to the jungle, he said. You'll have fun.
get together. We'll have a few laughs.
Okay. All right. Well, that's done. Okay. All right. So, you guys continue on then. Start traveling back out into the into the jungle, following the path.
Yeah, fuck. Watchfully following the path.
Gotcha. Okay.
You sure we don't want to go back to that Fort Gorham and just buy some nice real estate, build a pub?
Next stop, I promise.
At this point, it's
I'll get a granny suite for you, John.
Okay.
I don't like bugs, flying things. Don't like them.
All right. Ray, your bird, comes and lands on your shoulder because it's been flying around this
Oh,
time.
sorry, I've been real high.
She climbs inside of your coat. Now
Thank
you
for
guys.
coming back.
You guys continue on. You're starting to walk through the forest again. The sound of the bugs and the wildlife that's in here tends to pick up a little bit. Gets a little bit louder than it was. Everybody, give me a notice roll.
Oh shit, it's more bugs.
I don't think that's.
Rolling hot on these notice rolls tonight.
You sure are? You got a 10. Hot diggity.
Pretty good too. He
I
said
got a 5.
a 13.
Excellent. Okay, so you guys are traveling along again. Roughly about a half hour of more walking in. Let's see, what time of day do we think it is now? You guys have been traveling for a good, I don't know, 5 hours?
Yeah,
Roughly?
It got
Yeah.
dark in the.
Yeah, I mean it's been dark for a while, hasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
So it's starting to actually get darker, like night's really approaching fast. And the mist is not helping as far as keeping it lit. But you see, up in the trees, figures. Every so often you see one go like something moving and jumping up around through the trees. And
Very
then
good.
Joplin, you catch the sight. You're like, it's a fucking monkey.
That's exactly what I said too.
Yep. And as you guys continue to walk, more of them are starting to move through the trees to the point where now they're not trying to keep from being seen.
All right,
just-
everybody, close your pockets, close your packs. These monkeys are worse than those little urchins back in the city. They will rob you blind.
We're being hunted by monkeys.
Well, they probably
Yeah, and you
want-
saw him. You saw him. It's like it's the same thing. Joplin just noticed it at first, and if anybody doesn't notice, Joplin points it out. And it's basically when Joplin
We're
points
being
him out.
hunted by monkeys. They're
I
gonna come and
think
take
they're
our
just
shit.
looking for what's in our pack. They could probably smell the food. You smell like food, all the
It's good
sudden.
food.
Yeah.
And then as you guys are walking along, there's a number of them, and they're just moving along with you, and they're starting to like make noise, like.
Phoenix, they're highly intelligent creatures.
Oh,
Just throwing that out there.
oh, that's good. And I'll call out to the monkeys. Hey, come here.
And as you stop and you do that, one drops down out of the trees, lands on the path. Superhero landing.
I put
And-
my hand on my wallet.
I'll take advantage of my my Beastmaster ability, which means that unless it's otherwise altered or I have animal magnetism, so essentially they won't attack me unless they're.
Okay,
unless
he
I-
comes up, starts humping your leg.
It's nice to meet you too.
No.
Hey, it's I just want to chat.
And it waves at
Bust this
you.
monkey out. Whoa.
Oh,
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
God, we're gonna be a traveling zoo after a while. There we go. Yeah.
You do that. You start to, and he goes and he like goes and he comes walking up to you, and then he's like just standing. Now he's basically 2 feet tall, and his hair is purple. His eyes
That's
are
a great babe.
bright green. Then he starts
Hey,
climbing
friend.
up you, and as he starts climbing up you, Ray takes off, flies away.
Don't worry, this isn't gonna last long. Hey, pal, how's it going?
It comes up and it comes up and it sits on your shoulder and it starts going through your hair,
Uh,
and it gets bored
Sorry.
because it's not really finding anything. Then it gets
Well, I
your
keep it
face
short.
in its little hands and it turns your get your cheeks, it turns your face to it and it's
thanks.
So are you communicating or are you just making friends?
I think I'm just making friends.
Okay.
and then when you do that it moves your face back so you're looking back at it again and it looks at you and goes and it starts doing sign language.
Well,
Do you know what I'm saying right now? Joplin, what are we trying to find right now?
portal.
Uh,
Portal. Big.
you know how to,
And it starts mimicking Joplin, doing the same hand gestures he's doing.
can
and
you,
then you
can
start
show us the
hearing-
way?
The other monkeys that are up in the trees start mimicking what the monkey that's talking to you is saying. So when he goes, oh, all in the trees you hear, oh.
Oh, there we go. Have you ever heard that expression? Monkey see, monkey do. Okay.
And then it looks back at Phoenix again, and it does the does that, points at its eyes and then points at your eyes, and it goes.
Keep walking.
And it jumps down and it starts clearing a part of the trail down to just the dirt. Then it gets a stick and it breaks it in two and it holds up a part of the stick to you, Phoenix.
Thank you.
And it gets the stick and then it starts writing
This monkey is smarter than the people.
in the dirt. Now you can't read and write Vindian
No.
though. Okay.
I can't read anything.
It's writing in Vindian.
And I go, hey, if I told you how to say Vindian words, do you think you could read them?
I don't think so.
I'll just teach you.
And
I-
the
if I-
monkey's
if I
looking
s-
at you guys, and it can
You
tell that
read the
it's like rolls its eyes, and it erases what it wrote, and then
Wait,
it
hold on,
draws.
an alphabet. I don't know how to read Vindian.
They have a different alphabet?
Why can't they find a different monkey?
Any of you monkeys speak Spanish?
And then there's a one monkey comes down,
Hey, it does.
walks over, grabs the stick from the monkey that was talking to you, and it writes in Shanish in the dirt.
And I look at it and I go, still can't read that. But Joplin,
I can read that at least.
sorry.
Okay, so you guys come over and you look down, and
Yeah.
it's written in the dirt. It says you should leave.
Oh. Yeah.
That's not an option.
What does it say?
No, it doesn't. Do you want to
They're
tell?
friendly monkeys, though, right?
It says that we should leave, but we can't. That
Hey,
isn't.
and I look at the monkey and go, hey, fuck you.
Don't piss off the monkey.
No, we're
And then,
friends. We're friends.
all the monkeys start kind of chattering a little bit, and then the monkey that wrote in Shanish then writes in the dirt again and goes, "You should
Fuck you.
leave before you become like us."
What do you say?
That doesn't understand evolution. No. You will become like us. It doesn't go the other way around.
You
Wait,
say that in Shanish?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
It erases what it wrote and then it writes in the dirt and says, "Is there a smarter one to talk to?"
Phoenix.
I mean, at this point, are there ruins somewhere on the path?
It writes yes.
Oh, well, good. We just need to get to the ruins and then we'll be gone.
And then it writes no.
So why you gotta be difficult
Can
now?
someone tell me what the monkeys are writing in the sand?
Yes and no.
You guys are such assholes.
I'm gonna pick up one of the monkeys and I'm gonna be like, weird gods, asshole. Show us where the fucking temple is. I'll set it on the ground and it'll fucking show us.
The monkey, it erases what it wrote in the dirt again, and it writes it in there. It writes, "The queen will change you into monkeys."
Yeah, we'll fucking see about that. Someone told me, right? Someone told me what the monkey wrote.
Well, yes, because that's such a good
I will
response.
translate
I
what
like
the
it.
monkey
Yeah.
wrote. The queen is going to turn us all into monkeys. Look, can we get to the portal or the ruins without even seeing the queen, and then we'll just go?
It writes no.
Why? You got to be a difficult monkey?
It says, and it writes in there. It's like, asshole. She lives where the portal is.
Hey, Brian, how you feel about monkeys?
Well, this is amazing. You really shouldn't be so rude to the monkeys.
No, I'm friends with the monkeys. You don't understand.
We need to try and help them. Do you want us to take you off the island when we go? And all the monkeys start going.
We'll save a seat on the fish.
We can't save every monkey on the.
Well, why not?
Once we get past the queen, I'm sure they'll change back. I'm sure all of this is her doing.
Well, I don't know anything about this Lotus Queen. Do you?
No.
I
When
know
has that
nothing.
stopped us?
Maybe we should ask the monkeys.
Hey, monkeys, what's a lotus queen?
And it
Writes an essay.
it smooths it out in the dirt again, and then it starts drawing a picture. And it draws a picture of one of those winged things with the antlers.
Oh, we met her.
One of them.
And it writes, "Very bad. What did you?" And it writes, "Did you say anything to them?"
Yeah, no, we spoke. I did some drugs.
Yeah, they gave us some black drugs,
And
and I don't mean like a racial.
the monkey looks.
I don't mean like crack.
The monkey looks really,
Fuck.
really like. It looks like uh-oh, and then it says something to the other monkeys, and the other monkeys like.
Oh, I think they want some drugs too.
I'll
It
bust the
wipes.
bag out.
It wipes out the. It
Get on a
clears the
credit
dirt. Clears the dirt, and it goes, and then it writes. You need the pink powder now.
I don't need the pink powder.
Yeah.
And it writes,
But
if
those
you
two
don't,
might.
if you don't get the pink powder, you're going to become one of us.
Cool. All right. Let's the directions, please.
And the monkeys start talking amongst themselves for a minute or two, and then it wipes the ground, and then it writes, "We'll take you to her, if you promise to take us away if you succeed."
I pick up one of the monkeys by the fucking throat,
All the other monkeys start going crazy.
and I say, "I'm friends with animals, and now that I know you're not a fucking animal, I don't give a fuck about you.
Shit.
Jeez.
You're gonna show us how we get there, or else."
Maybe you catch more flies with
Shit.
just all right, whatever.
Okay, they all get really quiet.
We'll do our best, all right? But I can't promise you we're gonna get a bunch of monkeys off the fucking island. We don't know how we're getting off the fucking island.
All right.
What?
I just no, you're doing good. I don't intimidate, so I'm.
I do have a skill. Do I need to roll
Sure.
intimidation?
Yes, I think you should at this point in time.
Intimidating monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a. I'm not. It's a D4.
Double ones, baby.
I'm
Okay.
gonna.
Nothing
I want to
happens.
Betty that. I
Nothing
want to
hap-
Betty
o-
that.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
almost interested to see what happens if you don't, but you go right ahead.
It's fucking. Well, at least it's not double ones. Sure. Let those ride.
He got another fail. Everybody got a 3 and a 2.
But
Okay,
you
the
did-
monkeys are real. They're quiet. They're not saying anything. They're just like
Phoenix,
that one
I'm-
you've got a hold of. It's just like holding on to your hand and just like hanging there. And
Phoenix.
they're all like quiet and just watching Phoenix.
you catch more flies with honey. So maybe instead of, maybe we could promise them that we will,
Well, we need to find the pink powder.
or the queen.
Yeah.
If we destroy the queen, will it break this curse, monkeys?
One of the monkeys says something from the group. It was the one that originally was talking to you guys and started writing in Vindian. It says something, and then the monkey that you're holding on that was understanding the Shanish goes,
Let him.
and then all the other monkeys fade out into the jungle. Are you going to still hold on? Are you going to still chuck that one to the side? Are you going to hold on to?
Well, no. If they're all taken off, I'm holding on to this one.
Okay.
I got a hostage.
It's not an animal.
Tuck him up under one arm.
Okay, you got him under an arm.
Where are we going?
And it just points down the path.
All right, let's go.
All right. You use the monkey compass, and we'll follow right along.
Monkey, what?
It's never mind.
Okay, you guys keep start going down the trail. It's getting dark, real dark. Ari, you're loving it. Give me a spirit roll.
It's been so good in the past. Let me make sure.
I know. I don't even have to. You don't even have to tell me what you rolled. Obviously you still failed it. Okay, cool. Okay, so are you guys going to keep walking through the night, through the jungle?
Well, I mean, if we stop, we got this monkey to deal with.
You might have two more.
Yeah, I mean, I would encourage us to press on. We need to get there as soon as possible. We need to get out of here.
That's true, but we're also going to be no good if we're all tired when we get there and we have to fight. I feel fine. I don't feel like I'm becoming a monkey.
Hey, monkey, how long do we have until we become a monkey? Hold up some fingers. Was that all of his fingers?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, shit. You're
No.
an asshole, monkey.
That could mean a long time. At least he didn't do this.
Or this. Did flip you off.
Well, fuck it. I guess let's rest then.
Okay. You guys just gonna rest on the trail?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of that black powder.
Okay. Like, it's time for bedtime. I'm gonna turn into a monkey anyway.
Yeah, might as well.
All right, cool. So, who's going to be like? How, are you guys going to do a watch? What are you doing with the monkey?
I'm gonna tie the monkey up to a post and just take what do you call them? A stake. I'll take a stake that we would use for setting up our tents and just drive it into the ground and tie the monkey to it.
Okay. You have your monkey prisoner secured.
Make sure you give him some water and maybe, a banana or something.
What are you, a expert on monkey prisoners? Sorry, I'm not exactly feeling the best right now. Still, fuck you. Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. That's good.
Jeez Louise.
I know, right?
You seem a little testy there, Phoenix. Is it because you did the powder? And you
Yes,
turned into a monkey?
yeah. Well, thank you. Wow, you're so fucking intuitive. Sorry.
No, I don't want you to feel like that you're in this all by yourself. So I'll remind you, Brian's turned into a monkey too.
Yeah, I feel like he'll be fine as a monkey. He gets along with fucking everybody.
Jonathan, you got to hear that part. That's awesome. All right, so yeah, you guys.
I would say we
set up
need a watch. Yes,
Okay.
I would say we would need a watch.
I'm going
And
to
I'll
bed.
take some time in the middle, either first or like second.
Okay. So basically, I'll just say you guys set up a traditional watch like you have done in the past. Okay. Who wants to roll me a naked D20?
Yeah, I'll do it.
High or low.
Okay.
High or low? Yep. What do you want? High or low?
Someone else call high or low. I'll roll the d20.
Let's go high.
Yeah.
High it
go.
is.
We want high.
Good.
16.
Nice.
So the night goes by. There are several things that you hear in the jungle that pass close by, but obviously nothing that wants to bug you guys. It just continues on.
Yeah, it knows
Okay.
better.
Yeah. The morning comes about. The dawn breaks. You know, the light starts to filter in slowly in through the jungle. It's still that kind of like grayish sort of, you know. And your monkey's there, tied to the stake. It's got a tongue hanging out like it's thirsty.
I don't think you're gonna get any sympathy.
What, Joplin didn't bring the fucking water? Joplin, just because I say one mean thing and you don't.
Don't take care of the monkey. So you guys do notice though that Brian and Phoenix, their hair over the night has turned purple. They haven't physically changed, but like the stubble on their faces, purple. Hair on their head, purple. And there's a slight green tinge to their eyes.
It looks good on you.
What does?
Oh, the tones, the highlights. Little
What are you
shades,
talking about?
yeah.
Phoenix, look at me. And you look at Brian and you can see the green hair.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck all of you. Fuck.
What? Hey, there are women paying top dollar on Zada Island to have these kind of highlights done. Look at you got them just for.
Don't worry, Phoenix. I mean, we always run the risk of dying doing this. I mean, we'll find a way.
Sorry, it's my own fucking fault. But I'm really mad at all of you for no reason.
I
I'm
have
sorry.
I have a feeling that we'll never see being turned into monkeys because we'll either succeed or we'll die.
Well, that's
Oh, that was fucking awful. What are you doing? I'm sorry, I'm being mean to all of you today. It's not my day.
Phoenix.
Well, and
Give me that bag, that leather pouch with the black powder in it.
Here you go.
Yeah, I don't want you holding on to this. But I also want you to know that I believe that you and Brian are going to be cured of this. We're going to find the queen. We're going to make her turn back whatever she's already started. And to prove how serious I am about this, I will taste some of the powder.
Dodge. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, do
I'm
it.
in this week.
Fuck you. Do the powder.
There we go.
You slide a hand in it, or are you really doing it?
No, I'm going to really do it.
Okay, it's like
I'm gonna put myself right in the.
you're like, ugh.
I want to make a perception check because I thought he was going to do sleight of hand, and I want to see if he's
Yeah.
actually fucking.
Well, you can
And-
tell because he's going, and you can tell it. You can see it in his mouth.
Oh,
Tomorrow morning, I'll have some purple highlights and I'll have some green.
And then
eyes.
it's not too long after you take it, you're like, "Hey, how's it going?
You know, this isn't bad.
This isn't too bad." You know,
well, shit.
Oh,
the
my,
whole, if you cut the whole monkey thing out of it, it's
I can
good.
feel my face.
I'm actually
Oh, I can.
I'm actually sorry that I was being such a dick. I'm sorry.
Let's.
I just have nothing about it.
Well, daylight's burning. Let's continue on.
Yeah.
I could use a nap.
No,
I'll
Joplin. Come on.
pick up. I'll carry Joplin on my shoulders.
Put me down. This is embarrassing. This is,
Okay, I put him down.
my legs work. I just. All right.
Yeah.
I,
Okay, so you guys start heading back through. Now, as you go through the jungle, it is going up in altitude. Okay, as you're starting to head into the valleyway. Okay, and what I should have said is that night, and this we might have to retcon and go back. You let me know. During the night while you guys were resting, the guys with the Lotus, with the baskets,
Past us.
they're gonna pass you on the trail. They'll pay no mind to you. They just walk around you.
shouldn't have stopped. Whatever.
Okay, so as you continue on that next morning, you travel for roughly about an hour, and then the monkey starts talking.
Someone get this monkey a stick.
That's,
Put him down.
Huh?
Keep a hand on his end of his rope and let him write something in the dirt.
Yeah, you're not high anymore. It only lasts about an hour.
Oh, it only lasts an hour?
Yeah, you want more? There's more there.
You gotta do it again, dude.
Yeah, do it again.
That's all
I
right.
can't wait to see what the opposite of Joplin is.
Okay, so the monkey, you get him a stick, and he writes on the dirt, and he goes, Bagda's ahead.
How close?
And he draws a picture, and it looks like some kind of fucked up centaur. And he goes, next clearing, maybe. Smurf Harvey. Hey, Smurt Harvey won. I think it's supposed to be like Smart Harvey. Smart Harvey. Hey, thank you for following. We appreciate it very much. I'm just going to call you Harvey because I think that's cool.
Smart Harvey.
Smart Harvey. Why do I got to be Irish when I say that?
I don't know. It feels good though. As soon as
It
I heard you
does.
say it, I wanted to say it.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
Smart Harvey.
Oh, Smart Harvey.
You know, I went down to the Pope the other day, and I was down there having a couple of pints with Smart Harvey. There you go.
Oh, Jonathan Smart Harvey.
How to make somebody regret their subscription.
Right? Instantly, he's like, "Can I take that back?"
How- It's actually pretty easy to unfollow.
Don't tell anybody. So, yeah. So he draws this picture in the dirt.
How far
It's crude.
beyond? What did he say? What was the name he wrote?
Bagda's.
How far beyond this guy is the queen?
End of the day is what he writes.
All right. If
And
we
then he
keep going
writes
this
under-
way,
And he just writes under it, "Just be careful."
if we keep going this way, we'll get there.
Yes.
And I'll let go of the rope. Fuck off.
He turns around, he flips his birds, and he runs in the forest.
I can.
You gonna shoot him?
No.
That's fine. He's fuck them for. I really believe they were monkeys.
But because they were humans transformed into monkeys, the hell with those guys.
Yeah,
They
fuck
deserved
them.
absolutely no sympathy.
I have no feelings whatsoever about them right now.
Yeah,
I just want to not be a monkey. Let's keep. There's a. So you guys saw the picture. You had to read me everything that he said. So you
Yeah, they saw
saw the
it.
picture.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do about whatever that is? Fucking point at the dirt.
Around it or through it?
I vote around it if we can.
All right.
How
Around it
stealthy is everyone?
as long as I get in the shadows.
You stick to the
You're
shadows.
in the shadows now while you're in the.
Yeah. Right.
I'll
Yeah.
just rat run my way all the way there if I have to.
Brian, are you going to be able to make your way around this in your armor without making a lot of noise?
I can try.
All right. He's got a D4 in stealth. Okay. Let's do this.
Okay, so you guys continue on. It's roughly about 45 minutes, and then the jungle starts to clear. And you see that you come to the edge of what used to be, well, it's a clearing, is what you come to the edge of. In this clearing, however, is a bunch of like old, ruined buildings, stone buildings. The stone is obsidian almost in its color. The ground around it, though, is dirt. There's no vegetation. And then the further away from these buildings that you get, the grass slowly becomes green and you slowly start to get vegetation until you get to where you guys are at the edge of the jungle looking in to this place. And you see nothing at first. It's quiet. And you noticed as well, as you got closer, all those jungle sounds started to die away again.
Uh-oh.
As you're watching the stones of and taking a look at the ruins, you see some movement. And then a creature hops up onto one of these ruins, hops up to the top of it, and starts looking around. It is centaur-esque, sort of like the picture that the monkey had drawn, but it is a weird and slightly grotesque thing. The lower half of its body, where on a centaur would be a horse, is like a dirty brown, black, and grayish furred goat body. The upper body, that would be where the man is, it's a baby's body.
Oh.
And the face is cherubesque with blonde curls.
No.
It has tusks
What?
jutting out from its lower lips. And it looks around. Rah, rah, rah. And then you hear responses rah, 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 from in the ruins. And 5 of these things then jump up onto to join the others. So there's 6 of them jumping up and around on the stone ruin. One has an extremely large rat in its hand, but you can tell that the rat is dead though, because it's limp.
Take that right off.
And it, of course, bites
Ah.
bites into it and rips its head off, and a fountain of blood goes all over the place. And then they start fighting over the rat. They start running into each other, hitting each other, and these things, they're not big. They're about the size of a medium-sized dog. And that's where we're going to end the episode.
Jesus.
What the?
They're
I don't
Bogdas.
like them at all.
Not at all.
You didn't like the monkeys either, and they were cute.
I liked the monkeys until I found out they were people, and then they creeped me the fuck out.
Well, all you got to do is hang out and, don't talk to me about it. All right, everybody. Hey, thank you again for watching. Thank you to the new followers. We appreciate it, as always. This was episode 33, Tales to a Savage Land. They are on the Isle of Uruk. It's at Karat Ur, which is the second portal that needs to be closed, is on this island. Oof, man. Things are getting kooky weird here. Yeah.
Kooky weird.
Yeah. Good times. All right, so why don't we have this amazing cast sign off and say goodbye. Uncle Tony, we're going to start with you.
Hey, start with me. I'm Uncle Tony, and you can find me as Uncle Tony on YouTube and watch some of my reaction videos and other stuff. You can also find me here on Saturdays for one more Saturday.
One more. Grace, too, for that matter.
And Grace, too, and doing the last of our Vampire Chronicle. But then come back in the new year with Chapter 2, I think. It's going to be exciting.
Well, we hope so. We got to see how Julian's building his empire.
Well,
All
he
right.
has taken things to extreme.
It's awesome. I love it. All right,
Yeah.
Dylan, go ahead, man.
You guys, Dylan, I guess tune in next week to see what we're doing here without Tony for a while. Which,
Yeah,
by the
but-
way, we're going to
Yeah.
miss you. We're
Yep.
going to miss you while you're gone.
Yes,
We're going to be playing sci-fi.
We'll be going over that. I'll be going over that here in just a second. Grace, why don't you go ahead and
Well, I've been playing Grace and a very defunct Ari tonight. And yeah, you can find me here for one more Saturday before the break, and then every Wednesday.
yeah. So what we're gonna with that having been said, so Tales of a Savage Land is we're not going on hiatus because what's happening here is that Tony is actually in a play.
Yeah.
So
Gotta go do
what's
some
going to
real-
end up happening is Brian, Jonathan, who plays Brian, will be back, and then Tony will be gone for how long is it? Basically a month or just
About
over a
8
month?
weeks, 6 weeks, yeah.
Okay. While Tony is gone, we are going to be playing a sci-fi show called Sector 1. And will take place until Tony gets back. When Tony gets back, we're going to pick back up on the Tales of the Savage Land that we got going on here. So that'll be every Wednesday. We're playing here. 9 p.m. Eastern time. But we also have other shows on the channel. We have every Monday we do. You know what? That down roll that was like a crash and burn episode. After Adam added it up, it turned out pretty good. But every Monday,
I actually really liked was this the last episode?
yeah, the last episode.
It was great.
Yeah,
I loved it.
it was a good. Yeah,
Great
So-
cold open. It was great.
Yes. Thank you. We appreciate that. So every Monday around 5:30 Eastern time, there's another episode of the Down Roll, which is essentially Adam and myself, who is another member of Wicked Studios. We get together and it's a talk show. We talk about role-playing, Dungeons & Dragons, and different things along these lines. Every Tuesday, we have Greyhawk Adventures. We just finished Ghosts of Saltmarsh. And we are going into, starting next week, we have a mini campaign, which will be 4 to 5 weeks of actual playing time. There'll be some holidays in between there because Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve are both land on Tuesdays this year. So because of that, it'll probably stretch out how long it is. But we're going to be playing we're going to be using the low fantasy rule set to play a little game of Greyhawk before we go into the next long-term Greyhawk campaign. That is at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Every Wednesday is, of course, Tales of a Savage Land. This is going to, like we said, while Tony's gone, it'll be Tales of a Savage Land Sector 1. Which that video is going to be badass. You did a really great job on the audio.
I've only done the sound design so far, but I spent way too much time on it.
It turned out so good, though. It was so good.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
Yes,
I
yes.
spent a lot of time messing around with. I've even got my I got my Akai out and was messing around with some
Nice.
synth stuff to make all the weird robot voice noises. It was
But we'll be having some advertising and whatnot for that coming up as well. But it's a sci-fi. We're going to be using the old Star Wars D6 rules for this game that we're going to play here. Every Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we have Saturday Morning Superheroes, where we use the classic Marvel superhero rules from TSR from 1985. The game is set in 1985. Last episode, they met the Morlocks. They went down.
Nice.
They went down into the subterranean tunnels beneath New York and met the Morlocks. So
Are you doing it with Morlocks and Eloy?
who's Eloy?
The Morlocks came from the original Time Machine. movie.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
and,
No.
and a part of H.G. Wells' story, but where he ended up in the far distant future, it was a battle between the Morlock and the Eloi.
No,
And
no,
the
no.
Morlocks
That's
lived
not.
in s-
Yeah, not those Morlocks. The Marvel Universe Morlocks. So it's a little bit
Okay.
different. Okay, but yeah. So we're doing that, and then like Tony had said, we have one more episode of Windy City Kindred, which is the Vampire the Masquerade, and then after that one, we'll be bringing it back later at chapter
No.
2 at a later date.
You know what we should do?
What should
And
we
it
do?
just occurred to me is why don't we keep the vampire show on Saturdays
Mhm.
and just start over from episode 1, roll them all weekly again, 1 to the end, and then when we end, we'll come right back with a new chapter.
Hey, that's
2.
not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I'll do
That'll
a
give us a
rerun.
good date to come in on, and
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll rerun the show from
Yeah.
episode 1. There you go. That's great. And then after the that show's over, we can start up with the new show.
chapter
All right,
2.
there you go. All right, so there's that. So that's it. That's what's going on here at Wicked Studios. There's a Discord link down below if you want to click into that sucker. Also, you can go onto YouTube and you can find either at Mr. Adam PL or just when you go to YouTube, look up Atomic Peanut Butter. You'll find it there. And Wicked Studios LLC, both of those channels has all the old shows, so you can see the old Greyhawk shows. We've got the Return to the Bandit Kingdoms, all the Saltmarsh episodes on there, and so forth and so on. So, but that's about it. Again, thank you for tuning in and watching as always, and to all of our new followers, we appreciate it, and thanks for coming on board. And we hope you enjoy everything. And I'm finding the ending credits. There they are. Excellent, everybody. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Peace out.